was the guy, and then Burt Reynolds would appear randomly, and I drew a picture of your mother's grave, Trebek, and me taking a shit on it. And he added the stink lines and fly.
I remember that one because he was always like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, all right, we are good to go. We're live.
So, what did you do to her then?
We have to wait for the 7-minute mark before we discuss any of that stuff."
Good. Nobody wants to hear that story, I'm sure.
Oh, they all want to hear it. Yeah. So, anything interesting happened? Anything interesting did you guys have? Like as far as like the week while we wait for some people to come in?
Watched a little Western Conference semifinals, or what was it?
All right.
The NHL? You watch the Dallas Vegas series?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one too. Yeah, they're up what?
Tried to redirect it, Paige. Try to save face.
Yeah.
Vegas is up against the none on the Dallas Stars, looking like a sweep.
Ironically, yeah, they're both leaning that direction.
Yeah, that guy retiring almost. He's like, oh, his press conference. He's like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You'll get Kyrie and come back, or you'll want to play with your son. Don't tease like that. Don't clickbait stuff like that.
Yeah.
Watch party all summer to see what he does.
I still can't believe they lost. I mean, I believe it, but
weren't they absolutely like near the bottom of the standings early in the season though? Like didn't they have like a race? So I mean, to make it to the Western Conference Finals after being bottom feeders, I mean, I know it's not what you want, but
he said bottom feeders.
I thought it would have been better because if they won, if they won the whole thing, they did jump in on the last seed, and then they beat the Warriors. And I'm like, this will be nice because this will solidify his legacy. You know, like, he beat the team that he's been catching flack for a lot, and then they win the championship. I'm like, that'd be great. And then you can start getting that conversation, and then he and the rest of them, they just kind of get bowed out. And I'm like, this is not good for him. You know, because everybody's going to throw that on him. So,
I know, Cory, you're sort of a gamer, but you're giving that PS5 away. And Paige, you've got one that's been turned on, what, 3 times?
4 times. Yeah.
You turned it on today?
No, I told you. Remember? I remember when I had remember when I sent you that video? It was like I was updated. So.
Yeah. There was a PS5 press conference today where they showcased their upcoming games. New Metal Gear game.
Oh yeah, I saw. I was gonna try to put that in there. Yeah, I saw that.
The Spider-Man, they showed like actual gameplay footage of the Spider-Man 2 where you're switching back and forth between Miles and Peter, and Kraven the Hunter is in there. It looks really badass.
Yeah, I'm glad I got a PS4, 5. What is it?
It's a 5, sir.
Got it. Okay, good. Got it. Let's get this started. Got some great stuff to talk about tonight. Great stuff. Lots of information. Made little graphics for everybody because some people just don't want to hear you talking about all that stuff. So, I mean, little graphics for everybody. Try not to kill everyone with PowerPoint, but there's a lot of good information. And then tonight, I was thinking, because of the title, it's Groupie Love. I figured we talk about groups. Well, no, kind of. So, all right, let's start. All right, hello world. Welcome to episode 110 of the Hangout, where we give you positive insight in the world of collecting, very chill and relaxed atmosphere. My name is Paige. I'm joined by 2 of my homies, Micheal, Cory. You got a voter? Christopher, Cory, the 2 Corys. Thank you guys for coming as always. How you guys doing tonight? Good?
Good, man. I'm doing real good.
Awesome.
Good. Yeah, pictures, man. Cece, you got to jump in on this.
Thank you, Boba.
Hey, I got tracking on freeze today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to show that figure the respect it deserves. So
you're going to use batteries?
I'm going to knock the dust off my camera. He might actually get the batteries put in him. I was telling Paige, did I tell you that too? This might be the first figure that I actually put the batteries in because I've got all kinds of figures that have light up features. I never put the batteries in them because I'm not going to be diligent enough to take the batteries out, and I don't want something corroding and getting ruined. So I never do it. I never mess with them. But this one just looks so good. I'm going to have to at least do it for a little bit. So good.
Yeah, saw a lot of good stuff. We'll talk about that. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Paul. Tonight, I built into the show chat breaks because I didn't feel like I was really giving the chat enough shine. So during each segment, we'll do chat breaks and everything. So
what's a chat break, Paige?
Well, that is where we'll just take breaks in between the segments and talk to the people that are here. I know we throw this stuff up, all the time, but I figured I'm so late with some of it. Like somebody will say, "Yeah, I got this," and we're talking about something else, and I'm like, "Ah, that wasn't good." So, always trying to improve, right? Here we go. Streak, boom, baby. Telling you.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It's like one of those calendars they have in the workshops, like 27 without incident.
Yeah. So we are at 27. The streak is at 27. That's an accomplishment because usually it wouldn't last that long. Streaks.
It's my second longest relationship.
Exactly. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Strike that one.
Let's keep those streaks alive. Let's keep those streaks alive. Yeah.
All right. Show me what you got. So this is, of course, the segment where we just kind of show what we got for this week, what we're messing with. So we could do whatever you guys want to do, one or two of them, but the same rules still apply with a little bit of a twist. 3 things. So also, see how this is working? The chat. Make sure you tell us what you got. But the 3 things that we're going to go over are, what did you like about what you got? What would you like to see them do with the next offering? And then the third thing is what is a 1-word description that if you were with a friend and he said, well, what do you think about it? You only get 1 word as a describer. What would it be? So, chat that you're missing. And that's you guys' mission too. Ready? Who's going first?
CC.
Oh, yeah, CC. Yep, CC's too. Go.
It's me?
Yes, sir.
It's me.
Oh, yep, upside.
Gotcha.
Here we go.
I'm going to start with the 1 word. We'll knock that one out first.
Okay.
He's dope. I don't think there's any better way to describe him. It's dope. I opened up Batman last week, and so I finally got around to this guy today. I was glad that I saved shouldn't say saved, but I'm glad I was still able to find my Double Trouble set, because the idea that this guy didn't come with a firearm is probably the most disappointing part, that I had to buy a separate accessory to get a firearm for him. So he is armed. And then the thing that I like a lot about him is all these different, you can see that? The coin hands that they come with this guy. Between this one where you're kind of doing the coin trick, and then you've got this hand, so you can do the coin flip, right? And then he's even got this hand for like the coin reveal on the back of the hand, so you can kind of cover it. So they gave you like everything you need for your photographing needs with this guy, and just really well executed overall. The wingtip shoes, all the details are great. Great. I got one little string that's kind of bothering me. I'm going to have to trim that. But other than that, the tailoring, everything in this guy, fantastic. Face sculpt, Sawyer's trick. Boom. Sawyer, I'm going to give you credit for what I learned from you. There it is, Sawyer. Look how much better that focused. That guy is fabulous.
He's dope.
Fabulous. Yes, dope. I forgot my 1-word description. He is literally dope. I love him. So the only thing I would like to see better with it, if they were to ever redo another one, which I would doubt it, was he was light in the accessories, because you had to essentially buy a second accessory set, which was intended for him, but it wasn't directly. But That's the only thing. You got plenty of hands with this guy, but kind of light on accessories because all you got was just the I shouldn't say all because they're tiny, but you got the little tiny tray with the coin flip, the knife, and then the loose coin, which will never come out of this tray. That'll never come out of that tray. Not intentionally. Not intentionally.
Quick question.
I got today. Yes, sir.
Do you have carpet or do you have hardwood floors?
So I have carpet.
Very
I have
personal
carpet
question.
in the man cave, right? I got carpet downstairs. So I really try to not mess with the accessories too much down there. And I've got hardwood up here. I've already dropped something once. Was able to find it, but
yeah, but it's hardwood, so it's like
yeah. And not only do I have carpet downstairs, but I got like that old-fashioned deep carpet. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
You subscribe to his OnlyFans and you can find out how deep that carpet is.
Yeah. Like I said.
So it's not just $10 a month to find out. It's well worth it though. If anybody's, I'll drop it. You know, PM me for more details. I got you covered for all your deep carpet needs.
Do you get the supersonic like Daredevil kind of thing when it goes? The other day, Destro, he has those wrist rockets, and of course on the show I'm like, there's no problem with this thing. And of course when I'm messing with it, for some reason it got loose, and I just saw it, and of course Oscar, I just went, and then all of a sudden it was like slow motion. Yeah, he's looking, and all of a sudden I was like, wow, wow, and I heard it hit the floor, and then he looks at me, and I look over, and then it went, and it was like, and I go, there it is, and man, we both bullet trained to it. I was like, no. And he's like, oh, damn it, but I was like, geez, man. But yeah, I get like that supersonic hearing when that shit happens. So carpet's like kryptonite for me with that. It's like, no.
Yeah.
MC.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait.
No,
He's ready for his close-up.
Let's get the spotlight on you, sir.
So one word to describe this is experience.
Oh.
Sawyer wanted to go ride Tron again at Disney. So we went for the weekend for a quick day trip, him and I, in and out. Got Tron, got a boarding pass for it. And it comes in a little arcade box. But what you do is you make a figure there. And Sawyer wanted to do it, of course, because why not? It comes in a little arcade box. And you pick the body, you pick the head, you go in this little booth and they record your voice, like 6 things you say, and they take pictures of your face. And he does this.
Holy crap. It's his face
color
and his voice.
He says like 6 things, but so he got really animated when he was saying it. Articulation. He's bigger. It's like probably like a 10-inch figure.
Yeah.
It's Disney. What do you expect? But it's like a whole experience. You go in this booth, you record it, and then afterwards, you go do something for like an hour, and you go and you use your little card.
Easy with that finger. Oh, we're 13 minutes in. It's okay.
But then
he's like rubbing all up and down on him.
I was trying to feel the button. There's a little see you on the grid. So it's pretty cool. Like
never finds the button. Yeah.
His face is right there. Holy crap.
That's incredible.
So
that's such a cool idea.
Yeah, it was really fun. And you can buy, of course, accessories for them like usual. And
like the data disc.
Light cycle for it that'll interact with it. You can get different, like, however much money you want to spend. You can get different figures with different heads, different color schemes, different bodies where it lights up in different places. So, oops, did we wear it out already? But yeah, you pick 6 phrases. They give you like 10, and then like I told Sawyer, like, say this one really animated. So he did. So pretty cool. It was fun. Great experience for him. First time we did that because it's new. And, the articulation is weak at best, but he loves it and comes in this awesome, like really hard plastic box, like a display.
I
It
love
looks
the
like
box.
the 80s arcade thing, and it opens up in the back, and the whole thing will like fold down.
Come out.
You don't have room, so and you can put a light on the bottom, and it'll shine up and illuminate the display as well.
Wow! Holy
Yeah.
crap, man! That
So it
box
was like
breakdown was really
I think
cool.
it was $80 for the experience. He's got a personalized action figure for $80 and memories. So pretty cool. I wish.
So it's $80.
Yeah,
You said
$80.
it's $80.
Yeah.
How much was the light cycle, if you don't mind me asking, like to get that too?
I didn't buy that. I think it was 50 or 60, something like that. And then you can buy like a Bluetooth. You can get a backpack as well that's like adult size, and you can get this light ring, like they have on the thing. On the movie, their little discs that they throw, and that comes off, and it's actually a Bluetooth speaker, and you can sync it all with your figure and stuff too. So,
What?
yeah. So they said I didn't. We saw it all set up in the display like that, but we didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go and drop that kind of money that day. But it was really cool. It was just really fun for him, and so fun experience, something slightly different to share with everybody. And if you're going to do it, if it's a busy day at the park, I would get there right away and make a reservation to do it. But we were able to just walk right up because it was, we're in that little bit of slow time until this weekend now, as you know, Paige, that it's going to get a little bit busy on that I-4 nightmare.
Oh yeah.
So
man, they're such masters at marketing and knowing how to get you in. Like when you look at the Star Wars stuff, how you can go to galaxies and they just go here, or Universal, like how they do with Harry Potter. They know how to milk you, bro.
Are you a Minions fan? Minions fan? Like, do you like the Minions? I mean, I know you're.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I know that they redid that street and now it's Minions.
Yeah,
there's a store.
They're they have a ride, but we don't have Universal passes. But Sawyer, if he does go down his report card, we told him we'd take him there because we had passes during COVID. It was one of the few parks. It was when they were the first one to open, and trying to find stuff to do. We could get out of the house for the first time. And they have Villain Con from the Minions movie going on this summer. They're calling it Villain Con in Orlando.
Yeah.
So a big, huge Minion celebration. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be crazy, fun, expensive, and loaded with stuff specific. But that's what he looks like, all boxed up. So and
that looks good, man.
Where you stand in front of this display after the figure's made, you swipe your card and they do this like Disney does, like Boba's familiar with now with building lightsabers and stuff. And then this figure this fog and stuff. I recorded it, and then the figure just appears, the arcade comes up, and you grab your figure and you go.
Yeah, that looks good, bro. It looks really good. All right. My pickup you guys saw, but I went to Target. What was I looking for at Target? I can't remember. It was just to go look at stuff in general. And then I found him.
Oh, you've been on the hunt for him. Well, that whole line.
Yeah. And so I found that Jada Toys Street Fighter Felong, and this. Oh, what were we doing with this? So what I like about this, I like the price point. I like the figure, but I like the price point with this because this figure, I think you kind of get spoiled with some lines, and I think this figure, it was 26 with tax out the door. Wow. And you get this figure, you guys saw, I showed you. I was like, holy crap, this thing, I know all the other reviewers have done it and everything too, but this thing is badass. And he looks good. He comes with an alternate head, 2 hands. He has 2 fists, and then he has this what is this condom Flame effect. So obviously this is too small,
I was
but
gonna say it looks a little small, but I'm not judging.
yeah, but it goes on his foot, I'm assuming. Yeah, but on his foot, flame effect, and you can light this up. But I mean, for $26, dude, just like the range of motion that you get with this, and this is the first one that I have. I don't have Ryu yet, or Ryu, however you want to pronounce it. But this thing is just badass, man. I've been messing around with it, posing with it. I sent you guys pictures, but I really like this. I'm really excited to see where they go with the line. What was the other things that we said? Okay. I went way over the one thing. The one thing for the next offering, I collected the Bandai stuff. And so their line got kind of stopped short. And if you want any of the bigger characters, the large ones, like Zangief
Honda.
or E. Do they have E Honda? It's been so long. Well, you know what I mean. Like the larger character, or if you had I wish I had the box with me. But any of the larger characters, they kind of stopped. And you got to get Storm collectibles, or you have to have the old soda figures. And so one thing I'd like for them is to, on the back of the box I showed you, they have that whole cast of characters that are on there, and I've heard that they're going to do all of them. So that's the one thing. Just complete that line. And if they do it at that price point, even if they upped it $10 or $20 for bigger figures, I would happily pay that if it's something like this.
Yeah.
So yeah. One word to describe this. Awesome. I had a lot of fun with this, man. I was on the couch and I was just sitting there, messing around with him. And I messed around with him for quite a while, and his joints are still tight, man. So I really like this. Awesome. I didn't stick to our format, but whatever.
So what else wave one on these so far? You got Ryu, Chun-Li, and him. Is that it?
Yeah. I had it in the thing, but Chun-Li, she went up for pre-order.
Okay, so she's not even out yet. So
no, not yet, but there's pictures.
Type thing then.
Yeah, but there's pictures. I have pictures and stuff. So
Are they doing Blanca and Dulcine?
I don't want to leave, but they have a
on the box.
Do you want me to leave?
Well, we don't want you to leave, but we want you to come back.
This is so bad. Next time I'll be prepared. So yeah,
we hate to see you go, but we love to watch you leave.
So here you go. That's who you got.
So it's based on Street Fighter 2, looks like, right?
So yeah, you're gonna have Bison, Sagat, Belrog.
Oh, 3. It's Cammy.
I'm really looking in either saying if they get Dawson. That's one that, or however you want to pronounce it, Dahasalam or whatever. Dawson, like this, and they didn't do that. So I'm interested in see how they would do that. Because he has those extended arms. Are they gonna do removable pieces? But these big characters, but you can see that, and then also right there, question mark. I don't know who that could be. Is that Akuma? I don't know. Right? Yeah, they already have Akuma.
Is it Akuma in the upper right?
Yeah. I was trying to figure it out, but Akuma's there, right? So you don't know who that's going to be. But I the one thing you want from a company, just complete this. I think this would be awesome. I think it would, if they do those figures just like they did this, I don't think you would really need anything else. This line is, at first I didn't understand why everybody's raving about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a juice the line thing. You know how they get some people to kind of like push it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, nothing wrong with that. But I was just like, no, don't get wrapped up in it because you're going to buy it. You know what I mean? You're like, don't fall down the rabbit hole. And then I went looking for it and I picked it up and wow. Awesome.
Well, the good thing about it is you don't have to worry about backtracking. So you got in on the right time. If you're going to fall in the rabbit hole, fall early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
But yeah, that's the one from that. That's what I had. I think Game Time. Everybody's familiar with Game Time probably right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll just do the chat really quick. Jada did great. Better than Playmate Street Fighter. See, I don't have any of those the Playmate stuff. I can imagine if they make one. Yeah, I saw that, and I also saw that there was something in the news about some kind of like voting poll or some kind of thing where you went to and you were talking to them about Resident Evil figures, like trying to push that. The experience I had with them was with the Universal stuff, and bought me 4 of them. I was like, this is awesome, and that's what you got that. But anyway, game time tonight. So game time tonight, we're just gonna do something real easy. We'll just do most valuable comment. So make sure you comment, and then each one of us will pick one comment for tonight that'll go into the giveaway. We don't know what that's going to be right now because
PS5 from CC.
But we'll make sure that we put you in for the giveaway for the next whatever it is. All right. So most valuable comment, thought-provoking, whatever you want to do. Just keep it classy. Top cons. Yeah. Oh, why is Mezco first? Anyway. So top cons for tonight. Real simple. We'll just do some news and notes, and then Groupie Love. Groupie Love, that's a little interesting topic. We're just going to talk about groups. It'll be interesting, trust me. Because I'd be really interested to hear what other people think about groups. And there's a bunch of questions I want to ask. So, yeah, man, that would be great too. Final Fight. Definitely have to pre-order off, man. All right, so we got through that. So first is Mezco, that little known company.
What's Mezco?
Mezco. This one gets a little bit deep, obviously, but you know.
Ooh,
so first, yes.
Ooh.
Please don't do any of these. I think for the last 3 days I've heard, everybody chill out. It's almost like you can read it in a voice now. It's like, everybody chill out. But yeah, you knew it was coming, the puns and everything. But after a long wait, we are finally getting Mr. Freeze. Excuse me. So this photo is from David Adams. He's in the group, and he gets to claim the crown for first. And he was also kind enough to share the very first photos. This was the packaging, and this is all he had time for initially.
Ooh.
You know, he had life. We all have life, but he was kind enough to get on there and say, "Hey guys, check this out."
He cancel?
Cancel life?
Yeah, cancel,
Like,
cancel what he had to do to share with everybody. Take
Yeah,
high quality photos.
yeah. I was happy
He did
just to
great.
see this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did great.
yeah.
Everybody was.
Well, you know what? That and all this kind of ties in together. But I thought with this showing, I was really I don't want to say like proud or anything. I was just happy with the way the group handled it, bro. Everybody was, you know, they didn't go, "Come on, dude, start posting pictures." Nobody was hassling. They were like, "Man, you know, we'll see you when you get back." And he showed up, man.
How many DMs did he get? I wonder.
Probably a lot.
Hey, where you located? Can you come by and check it out?
Yeah, but so of course pushed life to a side, and he started showing pictures. Wow, this is actually pretty high quality. So yeah, these were the first in-hand pictures. We've seen a bunch of other stuff. Remember, we're backtracking to and get back to the present. But he started showing pictures. I actually talked to him in a message, and he wasn't like nervous or anything. He was just like, you know, what do I do? I was like, man, dude, just take pictures, man. Take your time, do whatever you want to share with us. And he goes, yeah, just, you know. And so it was really cool for him to not only take time to take pictures, but also answer questions, man. He was in there, bro. And everybody was kind and respectful. And I'm just like, oh man, this is so cool. And everything worked out. So I know we're looking at pictures, but what do you guys think?
Oof.
Trash.
God, don't do that.
No.
Oh, look at that.
I was happy. Worth the wait.
Cost effects is crazy.
worth the wait. That's my phrase to describe it.
Yeah, I'm really excited seeing this in hand. Yeah, you know, like this kind of stuff is really cool, but to see some of the things like the flocking and everything, and just you know how it looks in your hand. But yeah, like you said, God, like you guys said, wow.
Surprisingly, no frozen joints.
But speaking of joints, we'll talk about that in a second.
That was a but
Yeah, showed these freeze effects. I thought that was cool because these look different than the ones that they showed. And then you have the flocking. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's a good choice for this?
The
I
flock.
think it looks, yeah. That was out of left field. I thought there was going to be something sculpted, but I think
As somebody who's flocked around before, that's
yeah, you are a flocker, a habitual flocker. So
flocking around lately. It's looks good.
yeah, yeah. So wow,
The light feature looks incredible on that. The brightness of that gun.
It's like a flashlight.
And like I said, shout out to this guy, man, because like I said, he was in there and he was answering questions. And dude, I thought it was really cool as a group. Everybody was really, they were asking like quality questions. Everybody was really kind to this guy, and he was just firing back. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about, you know, just be cool with people. And he didn't have to stay in there for as long as he did, but he was answering all questions. So he's talking about the white flocking and stuff like that. Look, let me know if you have any questions, pictures. And so this is one of the things that kind of got brought up, and I wanted to hear what you guys thought about this. So we all knew that this was going to come in a cryo chamber, right? And somebody mentioned something. They go, "Oh, well, in the description, it says that you're supposed to be able to. It's a collector-friendly cryo tin designed with collector's mind, but you're supposed to. I cut the wrong part." But you're supposed to be able to see inside, or supposed to be able to see the figure from inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about this, like, oh, well, maybe it's on the other side. But when later on, when you see it, that's a spoiler. Later on, when you see it, it was just a paint decal on there, so you can see him through this part, but it was just painted on there. And so a friend of mine we had a good conversation about this. He was telling me, he goes, well, he goes, it's kind of messed up that they didn't do it where they could show it. And I was like, well, if you think about it design wise, I don't know how they would do it. Because if you cut a hole right here to see the figure, right, what you would see is this plastic, right? If you're looking inside there, looking through there, that's what you would see, right?
Yeah.
And they have all that stuff. So even if you took this stuff off, right, and it was clear plastic, maybe a window that you could see through there. So say you put that back in there, you put the lid on there, it's going to be dark, right?
Yeah.
So I was telling them, I was like, I get the reason why they did it. Because I saw a couple of people comment about that. Oh, this is BS. They should have did that. And then we got a good conversation about it. We were talking about, he goes, well, they could have, he showed me this thing he had where it had lights in it. And I said, man, have you ever opened up a Pink Skull set? There's no room in there for lights.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was a good conversation, but I didn't know if you guys could think of a way that they could have did that maybe I didn't think of. What do you guys think?
I thought it would have just been cool if they put his wife inside there. That way we could just kind of use it as kind of a prop to go with it.
Or a picture. Put her picture on the outside of
Yeah.
the container. Even
Yeah.
Nora.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that, like, if you know where the freeze is, because we're only seeing one side. I forgot to grab the screenshot for that. Again, David Adams, right here where the freeze part is, because he's on the other side, and it's a cryo chamber, and you can see kind of him in this part right here. Somebody said, "Oh, on this side they should have probably put Nora. That way you could have had her as a like a diorama prop.
Yeah.
You know, for those classic punts, like you guys are saying." So, and I think I messed up the order here. Hold on a second. Let me look through real quick. Well, yeah. It looks like I messed up the photo. So, going through it though, D actually put up his review. I mean, you guys saw that, right?
Great review.
Yeah. Same format, very informative, comprehensive. Took pictures at the end. One of the things that he did mention in the video was that he said that the joints were single, and so day passed, and this is one of our top contributors. I always call him Dylan. They're the 5 greatest rappers in the world. So Dylan. Yeah. Dylan Yaga, he's a great community member. He posted this and he said, you guys can all read. He said that this actually does have double jointed elbows.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes, sir.
Mario
Absolutely.
just gave us real-time update. He got shipping notice on Bricks and Bread.
Nice. Thank you, Mario.
I didn't mean to steal your thunder, Paige, but I thought that was something very important.
No, that is very important. Thank you, and thank you, Mario. And it also gave me time to pull up the picture because nobody told me it wasn't up. So here we go. Look, double jointed elbows. Thank you, Mario.
Yes.
He's got my MVC already. So yep. Dylan posted this double jointed elbow. He did say kind of be careful when you're messing around with this. I guess it's like the joint and where the material is. And then again, dude, the group, man, it was just really cool. Everybody, you know how you see something that's really, you're like, man, why can't it be always like that? So, but he was jumping in there and he was answering questions and stuff like that. This is something that I thought people should know about. He said, so the suit is thick. It's a little restrictive. So he said, just be careful when you're messing around and bending stuff. He said he also had a problem with, I guess, one of the gauntlet joints, but he just kind of did a quick hair dryer and did that. I thought this was really cool. So D saw this and was like, oh, hey, appreciate the correction. And he went on his YouTube, his community list and updated it.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, wow,
Dylan's
man,
famous now.
Yeah.
Man, right. You get a shout out from D? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
Bricks and Bread coming to you by Mario.
All I did was ask for references from him.
Mario's going to get his tomorrow because I think he lives next door to the Mezco place. He probably just walks over and picks it up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here, package.
Yeah. Is Mez here?
Yeah. So I was looking at this and Dylan actually pointed something else out. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you see all this? You see all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he actually showed me this. So we got this. Got the little sploot thing, right? In your face. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got this. Don't see it, right?
Right.
So I guess I guess this was an add-on. This is actually the foot freeze part.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, but I don't think it was advertised, and so this is kind of like one of those little bonuses. I don't know if they did it because it was late or what, but he actually said he said that this is kind of made of some soft plastic hard, but he said it fits pretty well. I know D also went over it as well, but wanted to make sure I pointed that out as well.
I wonder if it's the Hydro Man, Marvel Legends Hydro Man. You know how he has those water boot pieces that go over his legs? Did you ever pick that one up? Hydro Man from Spider-Man cartoon?
Yeah, I did.
If it's similar, how that would work.
He said that this was a chunk of ice that you can put around the leg of the figure. It's soft and around the edges, so it just can fit on a foot. I think D also went over it too, and he was just showing different ones, stuff like that. But I thought it was cool that they added this. I know a lot of times people, if there's a little bit of a delay with a offering, people say, well, what kind of bonus stuff am I going to get? So I thought this was a cool add-on. I don't know if a lot of people picked up on it. So, and then also, This was something else that is a good friend, Ed Noto. He said that if you have the McFarlane Freeze, you can actually put that head on there as well. I don't know if it'll fit with the bulb over, but as you can see, this figure only been out a couple days. A lot of possibilities.
Thank you, Edward.
CC. Thoughts?
I'm mesmerized.
Oh,
That
sweet
thing-
there.
That thing is incredible. We've been talking about this figure for a while, and we were kind of thinking that it would probably be really good, but I don't even have it in hand. We always talk about how Mezco usually is even better in hand than when you see pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like Macro Mezco Mondays, I can only imagine what this thing's going to look like in person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the details. Oh my God, I can't wait. I think mine's supposed to be here Friday. I feel a little cold coming on.
Uh-oh.
With your eyes.
Oh,
Can't see
Day
your eyes.
off. Nice little day off.
I got some sick days saved up. I don't know. If I'm posting pictures on Friday, nobody tell on me. That's all I can say.
You could say that you did it another time.
Yeah.
Yeah. MC, what do you got?
I'm excited. I hope mine will be here soon. Like I'm hoping Wednesday-ish. Hoping, praying.
I've I ordered through somebody else. I didn't order through Mezco on that one. This is a while ago, so yeah.
Corey's gonna beat
you'll
all
get
of
yours
us,
this week?
and he ordered his
Yeah.
like yesterday.
Yes.
I know he jumped on like late, didn't he? Like
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
You Batman 89 to everyone, didn't you?
I did.
I saw guys getting really mad about that. Like, dude, I ordered that 3 years ago and I haven't gotten it. And then the guy jumps on a wait list and he got it. A plastic window glued to the can. When you could take out the trays, you could place a figure at the bottom of the can and place it in there and the lights would glow on. Yeah, and that was one of the things that we had talked about. But obviously this is a different one, but if you look at the circular cans, like Superman or the Pink Skulls, or even, especially the Pink Skulls one, but that thing, there's no room in there. And so you would have to like redesign the whole thing to be able to fit the lights in there.
The Agent Gomez, that half circle, that one's tough to even put anything else in.
I know people who are tearing up that plastic trying to put those Pink Skulls back in the case.
Mm-hmm.
And that was another thing I brought up. I said, and don't get me wrong, I understand if you advertise it, then you should try to do it. I think that's what they tried to do. I think they said, oh, well, design-wise, how are we going to do this? Maybe we just print it. But can you imagine if you have people putting the plastic part in there and breaking it? Can you imagine if you're trying to squeeze in lights in there as well? You damage the plastic, possibly damage. I don't know. I just
Gotta imagine another light feature would have to add to the price, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's this figure again? Retail 115?
120, I think.
I saw someone retailing it for like 150, 145.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, well, if you're shipping, like shipping's like $15-20 right now, right?
Yeah.
I shipped I shipped 2 figures to somebody and it cost me like $15 and they lived in California.
Jesus.
But these were small figures, so
I think it was 10.
I think I paid 115 for this
What
guy
I
from
said.
Toy Bomb.
yeah. Freezer's 120.
120?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he gave it to me at a discount.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Rodden for the discount. No, I'm joking. He didn't give me a discount. I don't want anybody being upset. Talking about,
Rod, you give it a
I'm
CC
just
discount.
joking. I'm just joking. He charged me full price just like everybody else. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Rodden,
He charged him double.
Good looking out. Good looking out. A brother appreciates it.
But yeah, Jackson, you make a great point. And this guy that I was talking to, I'm not saying that because I don't know if he wants a whole conversation out there, but he made a good point too. I said, yeah, at the end of the day, if they advertise it, but you know, you got to kind of like look at it and also say, well, what could they have done? But maybe they should have probably worded it differently. I don't know. I
So
thought
did
it
they
was
literally
wild.
say see-through tin, or they just say collector friendly?
It's the phrasing was each 112 collective Mr. Freeze figure is packaged in a collector-friendly cryo chamber tin designed with the collectors in mind. Again, that's not the one that we're looking for. It is, where's it at? Live feature. Oh man, I hate doing this. I don't like not being prepared. Did they take it off? Equipped with. Oh. Oh, here it is. Okay. Mr. Freeze is contained neatly in a cryo chamber shaped tin with frosted window revealing the inside. That was the word.
Frosted window revealing the inside. Well, I mean, it kind of is, right? It's telling you what's in the,
Yeah, it's all
it's a
like
painting of a frosted window with what's inside the box or what's
exactly.
inside the tin.
Yeah.
I get it. It's marketing. I think it's ass.
Yeah, I didn't. None of that stuff really bothers me anyway. But but you see people commenting, and it's just different stuff. And
I mean, it's like calling LeBron James the king. You know what I mean? It's
Oh man, this is starting. You guys aren't gonna let this go at all. I've been marked safe for a couple of days.
Getting that knife in deeper.
Yeah.
You can't take it literal,
Yeah.
Clever marketing.
This guy, I thought he was gonna be bombarding my wall because he and I go back and forth a lot about LeBron James. And then I was like, he messaged me that night, or I sent him pictures, the one I sent to you. And then we're talking, and they lost, and I go, oh God. And he's like, he goes, yeah, man, he goes, I don't care what anyone says, he's still good. And I go, here's the setup. And I go, yeah, have at it, man. He goes, nah, man, I'm not going to do that to you. And I'm like, the old reverse psychology thing, huh?
Yeah.
But he was nice to me, but not you guys.
Yeah.
No, wait, whoa, not me. I haven't said anything. That's that guy.
So
I've been pretty nice about it.
You have. Both of you.
I thought I handled it really well.
Yeah.
I'll wait for, until they crown another champion, and then by that time you'll be recovered. LeBron will be in Cancun on the boat or whatever with Kyrie. So
CC's not a failure. I'm gonna be honest.
So
you consider it a failure? A failure?
It's a learning opportunity.
That's right.
Yeah. Come back and we get better. That was actually a pretty good speech he had about all that. Next up. This is a fun one. I'll try to go faster. Estimated release dates. Dun dun dun. I'm pretty sure everyone saw this, right? Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When I put this together, I was cringing.
Credit to the Toy Paige.
Yeah.
My wallet was clenched.
Oh yeah, mine breathed a sigh of relief. But when I was putting this, so usually when I'm doing this, I'll put this together and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm like, multiply that by many days, comments, because I'm like, this never goes well, because once something gets pushed back, again, the community, a lot of people saw this and they were like, oh, okay. There wasn't a lot of pushback with it. So I was surprised, and I was like, but I was like, cool, man. Where is Gaslight? So anything that prehistoric, anything that's not shown here, the only thing that's not shown here, obviously, because the graphic would have been way too long, is Fantastic Four. There's 10 of them that were totally delayed, but anything that's not shown or listed, and I'll give you the list here in a second, anything that's not listed has not moved, and it's still set to its date. So hopefully that's projected to come out soon. So yeah, this got pushed up, and these figures got pushed back. So 10 in total. Can I nerd out in front of you guys for a little bit?
You say, can you nerd out in front of us? Is that what you said?
Yeah, can I?
Please.
Yeah.
When did you stop?
I know I don't really. Let's nerd out. Let's dive deeper than the Nautilus Crew Builder Set that's shipping right now. That's foreshadowing. So yeah, like I said, it was really cool. A lot of people didn't take this, like, oh, this fucking company sucks and all this other shit. But if you look at this, I know that there's 10, all right? But if you look at these dates, the thing is that there's 10 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 of these releases, they've only been delayed, I think, once, right? So 4 releases that got delayed. 3 of them were ones that have been delayed. I think Justice League has been delayed 3 times. Fantastic Four has been delayed 4 times. That's ironic, isn't it? Roadblock has been 5 times, and Morbius, who is creeping into the top tier of delays.
Yeah.
This is his 6th time. Okay. So those are the ones I wanted to point that out because I know somebody will say, oh, well, there's some of these have been delayed so many times. There's only been 4. Okay. So when you look at this, trying to make light of it, when you look at this, there's only one that got delayed for 1 month, and it was overlapping, and that was Kane. Like I saw somebody say, oh, Solomon Kane got delayed again. You know, it's kind of the extreme. That one only got delayed a month, and it's actually overlapping the date. Okay. The Fantastic Four only got delayed 2 months. There were 5 figures: Spidey, Justice League, Morbius, Roadblock, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Those only got delayed 3 months. And then there was 3 that got delayed 4 months. Okay. So yeah, I know it's a lot of release date changes, but if you look at it, the average is only like 3 to 6 months, and there was only like 1 or 2 that went past that. But usually when they delay something, it's about 6 to 8 months. And 9 of those 10 are still within this year. So you got to remember that. Okay.
Well, gosh, Paige, that's nice information. Where could we go to find out what else is still coming out this quarter?
Oh, God, it's right up on the screen. It's at the Toy Paige, sir. Yeah. I know we talk about this a lot in the show, and the reason why, like I said, I showed this stuff is because all this stuff is still coming. You know, even though it got pushed back, it's still coming this year. And I don't know how you guys look at it, but for me, like, this is kind of like a blessing in disguise. I'll be honest with you.
And there's still stuff coming this quarter. I mean, we only got 5 weeks left in this quarter, and not everything from this quarter got pushed back.
Yeah. When I was looking at it, I think there were 3 or 4 that were coming within this quarter. So is it, Jennifer? We called this Q2. So April, May, June, right?
Yeah.
You also have to remember, we've been talking about this a lot, is SDCC's the next month afterwards. So you have 3 or 4 figures that haven't moved even with this release date change.
Yeah.
Those are still projected to drop. You know, and then we got these ones that we've already gotten already. And like I said, I just think it's a blessing in disguise because you look at some of this stuff, man. Like I've seen a lot of people put stuff up for sale. I know a lot of people, they might be getting out of the line, or they might be selling to get stuff. But I've also seen a lot of people canceling their orders with group sellers or Big Bad Toy Store. How many times have you seen somebody post, "Hey, I'm canceling my order. You can pick it up"? I've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
So showing all of this stuff, the reason why I'm showing it is because it still gives you time to like prep for all this stuff, and they're giving you extra time.
Yeah.
I know it's a delay, but if you look, like I said, these delays, they're not that long. And also, I don't want to get too nerdy with this, but the delays that we had the last time that I put them up, those actually, I think there were 4 that actually released within the original time frame. They were only like maybe a month over, maybe. And that was because of the shipping thing and everything. So with all that nerd juice poured down your throat, do you feel that this is intentional or coincidental?
Nerd juice poured down your throat.
Yeah, open wide.
Oh, no.
Jumped
Look at the
inside.
comments. Boring as fuck.
Oh man, that distracted me. What was the question?
Do you feel that all of this was intentional or it's coincidental?
I would say don't call it a delay. Consider it a professional courtesy.
So you think that this was done intentionally?
They went John Wick on us. It's a professional courtesy.
Mm-hmm.
Wallets are bleeding. There's so much stuff coming out right now too. Like it's not like it's just Mezco making figures right now. Like everybody's going full bore. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I for one, it did not hurt my feelings at all to see this stuff get pushed back.
Right.
The most important take that I had from this was that Dr. Doom wasn't pushed back. So our figure of the year is still coming, as far as we know, as expected. And there's still some real bangers like it left still coming this quarter that I think is going to keep everybody more than satisfied. No one's going to get bored this year. Like if you're getting bored and telling me you don't have anything to play with, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. What do you think, MC?
Well, I was kind of commenting back and forth with Mario, and I looked at those dates. In that fourth quarter with Christmas, if they hold Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Justice League if it's at the tail end, Fantastic Four, and if TMNT ships on time, that's multi-sets in the fourth quarter. 4 of them.
Yeah, multi-sets, and then also higher price point figures.
Yeah. Oof. I know Cory got 3 Ninja Turtle sets, so he's really going to be hurting.
Mm-hmm.
But I used rewards. I used reward points. So. Yeah.
It cost him $8, but he got 3 sets. He has so many reward points.
And one was free for that truth-telling contest.
2 towns over.
Got it covered.
Yeah. I man, like when I see this stuff, I know people hate it, but again, all this stuff ties in together. We just talked about freeze. I mean, there's a reason why they delay stuff. And I know a lot of people don't understand it, but obviously it doesn't go across the board, and it all depends on who gets the figure and what their interpretation of it is. But for the most part, they do a pretty good job of delivering on the figure. And I think a lot of times we get stuck in this point, like, oh, we got delayed, this sucks. And not using that extra time, because we've all seen it in groups before. Guys are saying, oh my gosh, so much stuff is dropping, or I don't have money at this time. And so, and I keep saying it because maybe I'm hoping that it'll, like, these are times that you can use to actually prep and get, and be prepared. Because like MC said, there's going to be these blocks of time where these bigger sets are going to come out that are higher price point. And so what's going to happen then? I saw people saying they had to cancel their Nautilus Crew orders, not because they don't want them. It's just because they said they couldn't do it.
That's, what are they, like $400 a piece, those sets? The average Fantastic Four, Justice League, TMNT, and
yeah, Fantastic.
That's almost like $1,600, $1,500 in the fourth quarter at Christmas time. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Celebrate nothing at all.
Some figures.
When you're paying higher on your heat bills, if you live up north, it's going to hurt some people.
Yeah.
Tough decisions are going to be made. Fire sales at the holidays.
Well, but then also, like I said, like it's hard. Like sometimes it's like, I hate to think logically about it, but when somebody says, and I know family emergencies happen, when somebody says, oh, this stuff is dropping, I'm like, well, if it was projected to come out at a certain time, didn't you already have the money prepared already?
Come on, Paige, you're talking logic now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I know that there's a lot of variables. I know somebody goes, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, well, I got this money, but my tire just blew out. I'm going to use that money for that. But there's just certain things like, and then when you get tacked on extra time, like for me, I just, and I'm not saying I'm everybody else, but I take $20, $30, I'll throw it in my savings account.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, like that extra time. And that way you don't have to be so pressured, because this stuff will drop.
Yeah.
And so, and that's the purpose of this information too, is like say, okay, yeah, this stuff is coming, just kind of be prepared. Even if it doesn't, if it gets pushed back, it's still coming. So,
and usually when Mezco only pushes something back like a month, then that means it's like it's on its way. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be long, so be ready for that charging notice. Don't act like you're going to be surprised.
Oh, well, Boba sent me something just now. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm
Appropriate
allowed
to
to
share.
do it.
Boba sent me some stuff before that I can't share.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know if I can share it, but it's
They're
pretty
Built
cool.
case-
for the dials,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I will
or
say
he
that.
erects for the dials. Is that what you'd be saying? Is that the proper way to say it?
Yeah, Boba, you'll just have to message me and let me know if maybe you can ask if that's okay, because that would be pretty cool to share. That's breaking news.
This just in.
Yeah. What was the other question I had about? Oh, man, we pretty much talked about that. We already encompassed that, so we won't beat this one in the ground. Be prepared. Another thing that was happening with Mezco, obviously people are getting shipping notifications for the Nautilus Crew. I had that graphic and it got lost, but people started getting that shipped out today. So
You're literally going to need a boat to bring you yours.
yeah, they're gonna have a U-Haul truck for that crap. Yeah. I guess you do a chat break. So good chance that Leatherface and Gatling ship next month. Yeah, it'd be cool to have Leatherface in time for not Thanksgiving, but for Halloween shots. The closest ones that don't get delayed are the ones that are getting released. Yeah.
That's so you can carve the turkey.
Mhm.
Day.
Well, what's also cool too is like I said, MezcoCon San Diego, whatever you want to call it. Those figures, we'll have a better idea because I'm pretty sure that they'll have those on display as well.
Are they going there this year? Do you know? Have you heard any rumors?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. I mean, they've done it traditionally, but they just kind of branded their own thing. But they were there last year. Big display, huge. I mean, I think I do have a folder. I don't think I put a bunch in there, but they had, I think it was 2 cabinets full of 112 figures. They had Living Dead doll stuff, 5-point stuff. I mean, everything. It was big, man. Like really big. I think it was twice the size of what their Toy Fair stuff is. So I'm pretty sure they'll be there. And we'll see all of this stuff. So
Kyoto said he saw a pic of their booth on the map.
Hold on a second. It's breaking news. We got the okay. All right. So breaking news. Give me a second. You guys, quick chat. I'll make sure that I'm giving credit to the proper person for this. Okay. You guys talk. Yeah, you guys talk about something really quick while I'm doing this. I'll try to do it fast.
Any new vehicles come to the house lately that you want?
Yeah, no, I don't. That's the last thing. He needs another 112 size vehicle. I don't.
I'm telling you, SDCC scares me though because HasLab, that's Star Wars and G.I. Joe announced. I guarantee we're getting 2 HasLabs from this.
At least 2, right?
Because they did 3 last time with the Ghostbusters, the
4, right?
Oh yeah, Ghostbusters,
G.I. Joe at the same time.
The Rancor, and what was?
They had one for every major line, which is crazy because they act like people only collect one line. Right? You had the Sky Striker.
Yep, the Sky Striker. That was it.
Right? The Galactus, the Rancor, and the Proton Pack. All at the same time. Crazy.
And we're going to get the Ghost, the Dragonfly. And,
hey, man. I didn't come here for this shit.
Guess who got my comment of the night?
Oh, yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah, let's blow through some of these really quick.
He's a Chicago fan, Cory, so he should get your pick.
Yeah, man. Look, Chicago, we know misery. I tell you what bothers me.
You're from Michigan. I guarantee I know there's a team that's got it worse off than Chicago fans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I have a shipping label for my Nautilus Crew, but no email for Mezco yet. Well, I tell you what. This collaborative effort is in sponsored and in thanks of Boba Chuck and Brandon Evans. I wish I had a breaking news kind of thing. Oh, you would send me one more, but this is good because what I'll do is I'll put this up. I'll put this up and we can talk about this, and then I'll upload this new photo. Okay. So
Did
again,
you say nude or new?
He said nude photo.
No, this new photo. This new photo.
I knew it was from Boba as soon as you said nude.
Yeah. So Boba, I want to thank Boba Chuck and I want to thank Brandon Evans for this. I appreciate you. So Brandon Evans just posted this. We got permission to do it. So here you go, guys. It's arrived. Who are these crabby guys?
Must be 5.
Look at that. Look at the screenshot of us. All right. So anyway, Brandon Evans just got his order
That's a
in.
timestamp for you right there.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, Brandon, for letting us use this for the show. Thank you, Boba, for coordinating. Look at that, man. Dude, he's got an octopus on his head. This is the packaging for the Nautilus Crew. I'm very interested in seeing how they did the peg leg. So here you go. This is what you got. This is the Nautilus Crew. Again, Brandon Evans. Thank you very much.
Oh,
wow,
neck
look
peg
at that.
for flesh tones. That's smart.
Wow. But how did they do the foot? How did they do the peg leg? Is it removable?
You gotta
have to buy
pack.
2? I bought more than that. All right. So you got, there it is. You got Bokeem Woodbine right there, or Samuel Jackson. You got these 3
Doesn't
characters.
look like there's an extra leg.
Yeah. Here we go. Wow, look at that. Dude, look at the weapons, bro.
Those hatchets look awesome. Axes, whatever.
Yeah. All right. You guys talk real quick because Boba sent me some more photos. Let me upload those. Okay.
Are those the hats in the upper left corner, it looks like? The little
Yeah, kind of like Nemo's hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wrenches.
Yeah.
That spear is badass.
Got the little harpoons on there.
Or harpoon, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keep talking. Upload
Yeah, you
that
can't
right now.
spear a whale, MC. You have to harpoon a whale.
Not a chubby chase fan.
Uh-oh. Had to back away from that comment. Yeah. No sense in getting anybody canceled. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where's it at?
Oh man, it's the last time he leaves us unsupervised. That's what he gets.
Hey Riri,
I can hear you. All right, so we got that. I'm trying to see if
I actually didn't pick this set up.
You didn't pick it up?
I did not pick it up.
Here you go. Stands and your in case it gets a little bit chilly on
jackets.
Cold. Mm-hmm. Are you guys a stands? Do you guys like stands?
I like them in the box.
Do you think that that's something that you'd be okay if they got rid of? So you want stands?
I don't use them, but I think they look pretty. Like the little. Someday, if I ever want to.
I like just having the option. I don't use them often,
but
there are some figures that I did like I don't know. I like my Iron Man to be in flight, so it's. Right. I like being able to have that option. You know, Doctor Strange. I thought was another one of those figures where it just looks better in flight. So I would hate for them to take it away.
I ask because sometimes you know how like people, I hear a lot of people say, oh, they don't really use them, and I don't know if that's maybe packaging space that could actually be utilized for other things, or if that's, I don't know how that is incorporated into the cost of what they offer. So maybe that's something that you can use. It's kind of like a thing. This is another photo, an updated photo that was sent. Again, thank you, Brandon Evans, for sharing this with us. But there you go. You got them out.
Now, if Mezco came to me and said, hey, you know, either we'll have to get rid of stands or raise prices, I'd say get rid of the stands. if it was going to mean increased costs. But as it stands right now, I like just having the options.
Yeah.
They look good. Nemo looks
Yeah.
really good, though. In all honesty, Captain Nemo looked really good. The only reason why I pass on these guys is just because of space. I just don't,
Yeah. So if we go back through this, it kind of looks kind of like what I was talking about. I don't see anything. And remember, these are all initial shots. We've only gotten 4 or 5, which I thank Brandon very much for. And thank you both for organizing that. But the thing is that we don't know everything. So I don't, cracks and crevices. Maybe there's a boot somewhere, but from what it looks like, it kind of what I talked about before. You're gonna have to have a couple sets to, make your whole crew. You guys think so or no? I like the symbol on there.
it looks like if you want to have 3 guys in your out of 4, then you would have to have 3 sets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, I mean, nobody can say that's misleading because they didn't say that peg leg was optional. You know what I mean? They didn't advertise that feature.
Did anybody ask that question in the comments? If it's
I don't
included?
I don't think a lot of people thought about it until like it mentioned something about it. I remember it was in the group and we were talking about it. And I was like, I wonder how they're going to do that. And so, because you know how you kind of think of it, is it being done so you'll buy more or something like that, or are they just trying to make it where they're offering 2 and just making it economical for the collector with giving them multiple looks? Because you look at that pack, you're going to get a bunch of looks, but you're kind of like you're in that part.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know because, like I said, we don't know. You can only see what you have here. I thought that what they would do is maybe like in one of these parts right here, they would have an extra boot, because we saw that with Recovery Superman, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it where he can remove those boots. I know that's future technology, but I thought maybe that they would trial run with this, but I don't see an extra boot. And so it looks like what you'll have is you'll have to get, how we did that whole quantum theory thing. You'll need this many packs to make the whole crew. Are we still standing on it? That you need 3 at minimum to make the crew?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So
if you don't, well, you shouldn't say, I guess, if you don't want 2 guys to have peg legs, then that's what you would need.
Yeah. So Boba sent 2 more photos. Do we still want to keep doing this? Oh yeah, we need to do this. We need to do this.
There's the leg.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler.
Oh, did you see it?
No, I'm not.
All right. So, and I appreciate everyone being patient with us as we drag this out, but I think it's really good information.
No, it's
breaking news.
Not in this particular group.
Oh, by the way, if your post is not being approved, yeah, man, what happened to that? Said you approve posts every 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
I wonder if I'll see that tonight.
Mario.
What?
He said one lost his leg to a crab, the other to diabetes. Mario for the win.
Diabetes. I'm trying. I'm
one
trying
half of Lieutenant Dan.
Okay. And all we need to do now is close this out and refresh.
Could you imagine how good those Savage Crucible Paranoids would look with those guys?
Yeah, man. I really wanted to do it because of that, but I just,
They're going to be offering them at retail from what I understand. So it's not too late, Paige. You'll just be paying a premium.
Here we go. Again, thank you very much, Brandon Evans. Thank you, Boba. So here we go.
Boom, boom.
So the peg leg looks like it's removable. And it looks like you just put the boot. And there it is.
Wow. That'll be impressive if it's swappable.
Look at this Matrix stuff. I'm watching the dude. This with the stuff. Let's play the other dude.
It's like some Deadpool fourth wall stuff.
Yeah. All right. It looks like people had some heads up and kind of thought about it as well. So I want to have a peg leg on Nemo. I'm wondering if that'll work. The boot come up. Yes, thank you, Boba, and please tell Brandon thank you very much. Appreciate him sharing that with us. Thank you, sir. Great information. That's what I'm saying. See, this is the way it should be. This is the way. This is the way. All right. Great breaking news information. So let's take this down. And we'll kind of get back on track. What were we talking about?
Groupie Love.
I think, yeah. Did we fast forward to that? I don't know. Hold on. And you said you didn't get these, huh?
I didn't. I had to make some tough choices, and I was like, but now I'm regretting it already because well, you know how you end up buying something which then leads to another purchase?
Yeah.
Kind of like that Monkey King, and then had to turn around and buy the Tiger guy.
Mm-hmm.
Those Paranoid guys from Savage Crucible look really good.
Yeah.
These Nemo figures.
All right.
Really good.
I love this talk, but we'll try to speed through this a little bit because we did get off, but you can't not have breaking news, right? So Marvel Legends, here we go. 2 extra Squadron Supreme members. Night, Hawk, and Blur. This came up, and evidently that's going to be going up. I don't know when. I didn't really follow this. Do you guys having this? Thank you for Toy Me this. No intel on that? No? Nope. So it's and then Dan, you had a tease. I know we're kind of going over this. And then this is by Micheal. Micheal, I think he's a freelance sculptor, and he's done projects for Marvel Legends. And he got this. I guess who is this? Is this Moto?
Org? So does that mean that guy's no longer exclusive to Galactus?
I don't know.
Well, that's going to upset folks because that looks like packaging for him behind it, which you did not get with Galactus.
Is that because it looks like Daredevil, isn't it? The Daredevil Elektra? Yeah, Elektra.
Oh, is that what it is in the background? Oh, I thought he had packaging for it. I'm like, man.
Yeah, like, no.
You're going to re-release those like they do the Build-A-Figures? Like, that's a whole different story. That's something that's supposed to be a HasLab exclusive.
Yeah. That's Morgue here. It's Morgue, so he got teased. I like Legends. I'll tell you right now because I'll show you this really quick. Okay, so dude, I think we've all been talking about this. It's been cool that they've been giving us different stuff, because it kind of covers the whole Marvel Legends line, for like obscure collectors maybe that want some of these figures. I don't have personal connections, so it doesn't really bother me. But dude, I picked this up, and this thing is badass, bro.
Pinless Cat.
Oh my gosh, he's really good. I wanted to get Puffer, and now this makes me want to get the Puffer wave even faster. But I'm happy that I can cherry pick Marvel Legends now.
He's got kind of a strong Capcom look to him, doesn't he? He looks a little. Is he just kind of a little bulkier in the top?
Yeah, to me, but I like the way he moves, dude. Like this thing. And so it makes, I went and I paid retail. I think somebody was saying this, and then I also picked up, I showed you guys those Tracksuit Mafia guys. Someone's like, you paid retail for them? Yeah, I don't want to hunt them down. But I thought that those figures were worth it too. So, but it's easier for me to, throw money at when I'm not trying to get all of them. But
is that Cap in like a retro package, or is that just a regular release?
No, it was in the windowless style stuff still.
Yeah.
But
that Cap
I know that. Yeah, look at that shipping. Nice placement.
Did you see that other Legends tease today?
Which one was it? Was the
5-pack for the West Coast Avengers?
Yeah, I had that in there, and then for some reason it didn't want to stay. So
Let me
yeah,
see.
I had a picture of that. It's probably buried someplace else. But yeah, I did have that, and it didn't save for some reason. I'm gonna get a Google Drive. This is ridiculous. Facebook seems to want to swipe through and not do their stuff. But yeah, it's cool that they're putting this stuff out. But I think it's nice because you don't have to. You feel like I don't feel like I have to get them all anymore. Anyway.
Yeah, I've been pretty happy with the Legends releases because I haven't had to buy any.
Mm-hmm.
Your wallet can sigh relief.
Did he get a picture of the instructions? Yes. I thought that I put it up. Let me double check. But I thought I had the instructions on there. He sent those to me. Give me a second. You guys chat about stuff.
So CC, how many ghosts are you going to order?
Well, we know the realistic answer to that one. Oh man, I really want one of those really, really bad, right? Like really, but I am so scared of the price tag on that.
So here's what I think. You should order it because I know as soon as Ahsoka comes out, which will be a month after and the HasLab project's closed, probably, you're going to be kicking yourself so hard. I mean, worst case, you sell it for retail, the resale.
Yeah.
But I mean, that
it's a must-have, isn't it? I mean, we haven't gotten any Rebels in the 3 3/4 yet.
Yeah, we have no Rebels yet, so I'm sure they're going to release them either with the HasLab project or they're going to do a whole line of them.
You know, it'll be interesting to see how they would handle that because you wouldn't think if they do it, you can't have all those characters be exclusive to just a Ghost because that would just be wrong for people to do, right? So, like, what figure do you think they would put in there that they could afford to make just exclusive to the vehicle?
Maybe a chopper that's like a special extra weathering or something. You know what I mean? Like, or specific to the Ahsoka show, perhaps. Or I mean, well, they would still release it in the vintage collection later.
Yeah, this is a West Coast Marvel Legends. So here's the crew builder instruction sheet. You got your next. Man, that is really cool that they gave the swap out for the neck paint then. And you got your directions for that, and then you got your heads. So I don't know if there's a part 2 to this or not, but yeah, there you go. And then I'll take that down. But there's your instructions. And then that 5-pack, I'm pretty sure everybody saw that too, right? It's from the West Coast Avengers set. That was put up and teased today. So if you were interested in that, I apologize.
I haven't seen pictures of that yet.
Well, here you go.
What is it?
I was a big fan of the kid.
Silver Centurion. Oh, you got it. Good. I do like that they're using the classic Spider-Woman.
Yeah. So, whoa. It's not what I wanted. There we go. Man, this looks good, bro. They're doing really well. I mean, look at that. That's yeah. I thought this was cool.
Yeah, I like that figure. I have the original release of that one.
I saw this. I was like, wow, look at that head sculpt, man.
Oh boy.
So yeah. And then
Tigra. Is that the same head sculpt that they just released, or is that a new? Do you know?
I do not, man. I'm not deep into Marvel Legends. I like them. I cherry pick them.
I can't believe we got like a regular Hank Pym offer.
Yeah. We got this too with a sweet leg tat. It's not even tat. That's they went full what do you call it? Fraternity marking. They branded her.
A brand.
Ouch.
That's a reused staff.
Well, maybe that's a proto. You don't know. Maybe that's just on there for that, and then maybe that's printed, or maybe I guess you could shave it off. Worst case scenario, right?
Those look like that's a reused staff, but looks like new parts on Mockingbird, like the sleeves and her boots, maybe the uppers on her boots.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah,
that stuff is new.
yeah, they look good, man.
She's using the. There you go.
Is this the Mezco Centurion?
I don't need to buy the Mezco version. I got it right there. It's better.
I have the other one. Previous version?
Marvel Select?
No, I have the Legends one. Oh. That one that they had, the Centurion, but it had I think they had, but this was cool. And then if you had Vision? Don't they have that Vision too? The West Coast Avengers Vision?
Yeah.
I don't know time-wise continuity.
It's just crazy. Got just a regular old Hank Pym. That's awesome.
I saw Ant-Man in Target. I thought about picking it up. Now I'm regretting it. Yeah, so, I don't know. I got to speed through this because I want to get to the group stuff. So go back. I wanted to show you guys this because I saw this and I was kind of blown away. I was like, holy crap. And I'm not really into 1/6 stuff, but I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but by SWToys. Did you see this? I'm also trying to make sure I cover more stuff so people just don't think, oh, dude, that's guy. All this guy talks about is fucking mask. SWToys. Did you guys see this?
Oh, Ada Wong.
Well, hello there.
No, it's Miss Wong. With the pre-order bonus. They're making
bonus boob job.
So likely. Well, you get the pre-order bonus dress. I saw this thing. I was like, holy crap.
Less materials.
But look at this thing, man.
If that's Miss Wong, I don't want Miss White.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Oscar, get out of there.
That's it for me, folks. I'm calling it a night on that one.
Mm-hmm. I'll blaze through this. Obviously, she's her facial features. Yeah. I don't get into 1/6 stuff, but I saw this and I was like, wow. Very cheeky. But there you go. You got all that stuff. Burning through this stuff. Jada Toys, we already talked about. Chun-Li, that's the pre-order. I'm pretty sure you can get that through various sites. I got mine from Big Bad. And like we were talking about tonight with Long, it just, man, these figures, they just look good, man. I have the Bandai one, I like it, but for the price point.
You think that price point is just to kind of pull you in? Is that kind of that introductory price to kind of get you? Because once you get to first few, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the next one be $29.99, then maybe $32.99 once you get halfway through the line.
The deluxe figures, or the big figures, I should say.
Because everything you get for that figure for $24.99, that's in today's day and age, that's dirt cheap.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of you know how YouTube scans your brain and just starts putting crap up there, you know, even if you say it. And I looked up like some Jada Toy stuff, and I saw a couple of content creators. They were doing interviews with I guess the person that, I don't know if he's a designer, the owner, but I should go back and listen to that kind of stuff. But maybe he explains their pricing and if they're going to go up or not. I would selfishly hope not. But
can you think of another licensed figure where you got an alternate head, hands, and effects for under $25?
Not offhand.
I mean, Marvel Legends 5 years ago, but that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, what's the G.I. Joe price point now? That's about it. Classified is the only one that you're getting. Good.
They just do a good job. Look at that. Like, I mean, it's it just looks good, man.
Chun-Li.
I mean, Hasbro can kind of offer G.I. Joe cheaper because they're not paying anyone else for that license. You know what I mean? They own G.I. Joe.
Chun-Riri right there. She's thick.
I knew that was coming. Wow, man. Yeah, man. Indiana Jones. This is the Temple Indiana Jones. I'm trying to go fast. So this is from David Bickerstaff. This was in the Indiana Jones series. Man, I love this group, man. And it's a nice little segue. But I love this group. It's a new group, and you can just kind of tell it's new. Everything's really pure. It's nice, and everybody's excited. You know, there's no drama or anything like that. People share. But he was showing this off and packaging for the new Indiana Jones Adventure series.
The Europeans are getting this line a lot faster than us. Have you
Man,
noticed that?
I have. I always think that they need a win every once in a while, you know, because we get spoiled and we get that.
They get crushed in shipping. So
They do, man. I know that they sit there and they go, "You spoiled ass Americans."
limey bastards.
Yeah. Oh, your stuff is coming in 2 weeks. We'll try it 3 or 4 months where I gotta wait for it, you know, or you like somebody says about the taxes or something like that, and they're like, "What? You paid $15 in tax?" Let me tell you something, buddy. But you got
That's so cool the way that goes down.
it does, yeah. I just noticed that. Is it just a push down?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder, is it a spring or what's the mechanism like?
Maybe a pop top push down.
Yeah.
He also gave a side-by-side comparison of the first version, and I think we very familiar with this. One of the things that he did point out was the whip is a lot easier on this one to attach, and it holds, because we all know that whip is, you know, a little bit of a problem of staying, unless you got the Gridiron Studios one. But he said this one stays.
Yeah, the Gridiron Studios is nice.
I need to pick that up.
He also showed the new revolver. Nice
That looks
profile
good.
shot. Nice one thing. All right, so we burned through that. That was manual. Sorry. Groupie Love. Now we can get to the main topic. Hopefully we kept some people. Oh, let's do a chat break really quick. Do you get a picture instructions? So a lot of people. Let's see here. I don't own any legends. We'll just do a quick thing. People like the neck peg stuff. Bushman's gonna do Barbarian Squadron Builder Set. That would have been cool. Yeah. I'm wondering how far they're gonna go with that line too. Are they gonna be done with anything else with Conan? You know, it seems like who is it?
King.
Besides who?
Besides King Conan, you think we'll get something else? Maybe around that time, like a villain or.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's too bad there's nobody you could talk to about that might have some inside info.
Yeah, you know. She should have wide cuffs. Oh, again, I'm sorry, I'm going backwards. But I think he's talking about the birds. Yeah. You heard it here first. Better get them quick. Yeah. Smaller companies, less cost. That's it. Yeah. And we going back to, they're talking about SWToys. Man, I haven't seen. I got really lucky with that fee long. I hadn't seen anything in my stores. And MC, you said you hadn't seen anything either, right?
Mm-mm. I've been looking for you.
Company though, I'm sure they didn't cut them a deal on the licensing.
Yeah.
Like the idea of a smaller company with less cost, that I can't even wrap my brain around that, because if you're a smaller company, you're not producing as much. You actually have higher costs
because you're not well established like a.
Yeah, you know, everyone talks about, you know, if I'm producing 50,000 versus 10,
yeah,
obviously I can make them for less if I'm doing 50,000 of them.
Right.
So for SWToys to be able to pull that off, this is just my opinion. I don't have any affiliation with them or anything, but I gotta imagine that $24.99 price point, folks, better, like he said, you better jump on that now, because I don't believe the whole line is going to get through at $24.99. If they did, that would be remarkable to me.
So you think they are going to increase the cost?
Paige, they would have to, wouldn't they? Like it, unless they're in it just for the love of the world, because like it would have to be a charity at this moment. Because after licensing and costs, and what are they walking away with after $24.99 at retail? That's the retail cost. People got to remember that too. You know what I mean? So if they're retailing for $24.99, that means they're selling them to Target for what, 12?
Yeah. Let's see here. Supposedly Target. Super Targets are flagship ones that are the only ones that'll be getting them. Yeah, there's a couple of Targets. I went to a smaller one, the one that we went to, MC. You remember that one?
Yeah.
I went to that one. They didn't have it. They didn't even really have a section.
There's a really good Target when we go over by you.
The Hunter's Creek one?
What's that?
It's in Hunter's Creek. It's a big one. It's like a superstore.
Yeah, but near the parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, another thing. Yes. You know, another thing with that line is that's why I was saying I'm wondering if they're gonna do $10 or $20 increases for the bigger one. Personally, I would personally pay it. I'm really impressed with this. But you know,
Oh wow.
What's up?
Oh, further down the comment, you'll get there. Like you'll be really happy to hear this. Sorry.
Yeah. Jada showed Bison, Ken, and Dawson. We will soon see. So we will soon see if the price point stays. Thank you, Dom.
Bison's a big guy. You know, like he's a bigger.
Yeah, a bigger one. Yeah.
So that's cool.
I'm wondering what effects they're gonna give him.
Jada, I want to see.
I'm interested in Dawson, how they're gonna handle that. You know, are they just gonna do the plug-in parts and stuff? So I wouldn't mind. Like I would think that the deluxe figures would be more, like an extra $10.
Oh, there it is. I found a picture of it, Paige.
Yeah, you can do it.
I just googled Jada Toys Balsam, and you're gonna be happy.
Does it look good?
Yeah. Well, it's like hard to see.
Oscar, stop. Oh wow, yeah. So you see, that's what I was saying. I think we just have the removable parts.
Let's see. And I mean, does it look like the arm is?
Yeah, it looks like it's elongated. It looks like it's a piece that you just take out and you would plug in.
Oh, it looks like flexible.
Oh wow, yeah, that would be cool. Bison has a wire. So here we go. Quick Google search. Yeah, that's the thing.
A wired cape for $24.99. That would be a steal.
It says on Reddit, Jada Toys Dalsim will have bendy limbs.
They also said that I saw the comment about I saw the comment about a wired cape for Bison. I don't know what it is. You know, that's the best thing about being.
Oh wow! Here's the image for him. There's Ken. It looks wired, Paige. Do you want me to just send you this link?
No, let's just move on so we can do this thing. She's good dogs at barking, and she's. So let's talk about Groupie Love really quick. So we got here is. Yeah, that's good. Let's see here. So Groupie Love, real quick. So take this little journey with me real quick. I already talked about that. So really quick with this. All right, ready? Here we go. In the beginning, there was darkness. And from this darkness, a spark emerges. One of passion and nostalgia. And as the flames of fandom are fanned to create a wildfire of death, the lowly collector ventures out to seek more of his kind in an effort to find acceptance, share happiness, and justify the spending large amounts of money on toys. This is the community, correct? Just find a bunch of people that'll agree with you and support your habit, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you first started out, and even now, what did you look for in a group when you first started out?
I'm trying to think. Do you even remember what your first toy group was? I'm trying to think what my first one was.
I know my first tour group that I had was a smaller group, and I was just looking for information. I jumped in there, and I didn't know anything. This is a build-up.
Yeah.
My thing was, like information on figures that are getting released, or maybe some older figures for sale. Like I think that was kind of what I was looking for. And to meet you and CC.
Oh, was the Mezco one the first group? Was it?
No. That's what I was looking for, to meet you two someday. Like an adult friend finder.
Oh, Dom, it was. That's cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I walked in the group, and it was like, it's almost like freshman year. I was just quiet. I didn't want to say anything, because you don't know what's going on. You're trying to, and for me, I like to read the room, trying to find out who the players are, who does what, who's responsible for what, who's known for what, and you can learn a lot in a week. At least I can. And so I was quiet. I didn't say anything,
Yeah,
because it's almost like the Wild West out there. Everybody's just doing,
Yeah.
And I just wanted to learn. Your dog's name is Oscar. My weenie dog's name is Oscar. Yeah, Oscar's out there barking. Yeah. So when you started, were you a lurker? Or were you like passive, or did you go hardcore with just your activity? What do you say, Cece? What were you?
I had to catch the lay of the land first. I was definitely a lurker for quite a while, and I didn't really, because like you said, it was like the Wild West. I want to think the first group that I got in was for the Black Series collectors. So, by the time I got into it, it was, several thousand people in there and a lot going on, and a lot of it not the best of interactions, but I was there, for the information, the drops and where you could find things and stuff like that. So, initially it was just for knowledge for me. It's all it was. I was there to find out what I needed to be looking out for. When these things were going to drop, they did the May the 4th stuff, all that kind of stuff. So that's what it was for me in the beginning.
What about you, MC?
I don't remember. It was probably a Marvel Legends group, maybe, or maybe a Black Series. I don't know, but definitely a lurker. I mean, I don't think, like, I'm probably longer than most without saying anything. I mean, like 6 months or whatever, just silently observe. Maybe if somebody has something for sale, like DM sent, you know what I mean, like, or whatever, because you can get a lot of information from comments before you going, is it single jointed elbows?
Yeah.
Follow.
I remember
read the room.
I remember when you were in, and then I looked your profile up, and I was like, man, he's been here a while. I was like, he hasn't really said a lot, because like,
I think it was almost a year for Mezco before I bet. Like,
yeah, I was like, holy man. So you're in the group, and you're just kind of getting the lay of land, and I know we kind of touched on it, but what do you think the benefits of being in a group is? Again, this is a build-up. We're going someplace with it. So what do you think of just being in a group? What's the benefits of it? And CC, what do you think? CC, no? MC, no?
What are the benefits?
Man. No, can you hear me?
There's a delay. Yeah, there's a delay. That's probably why.
Yeah.
I can hear him.
I'm sorry, I got a little delay. My monitor cut off on me. I got a little bit of delay.
No.
You can hear it, can't you?
Mm-hmm. We can hear you.
It's okay. I had dogs barking. Oh, man.
Mute me for a second. I'll try to fix it.
Yeah.
I told you don't touch my shit.
So what do you think? What do you think the benefits of being in a group are?
So at first for me, it was, like you said, getting to know the people who you can kind of see are reasonable to eventually build a relationship with, instead of, like the positive people, the people who seem to know what's going on, kind of have the inside track, like I'll just say Marvel Legends, for example. Oh, the West Coast Avengers is getting out today or whatever, like, for example, obviously it's pretty, try to see where people are at, like gauge pricing, interest, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Learn about if you're new to collecting a line, you kind of learn about what's been released previously or what's, 10 Spider-Man deep at this point. But
Mhm.
I really think it was a Marvel Legends group. I can't remember though. God, it's but yeah, I think that's kind of it. Just like kind of just gathering information, like who you can trust, like who seems to be knowledgeable instead of just. I know I got an idea of where you're going, so I don't want to say too much. So
Yeah. That's why I love it. That's it. Yeah, I think the same thing. I have like
Cory, put some pants on.
I know, right? He's like, excuse me while I whip this out. So I had information, hookups, because I can't tell you. I've said this many times on this on this show. I wouldn't have the collection I had if I didn't have the people that I knew, and then people networking, but then also hooking me up.
Mhm.
Like I've had to, and not just like pricing wise, just as far as like rarity. I think groups are not only beneficial but like essential to collecting. And so I the reason why I say that is because I'm surprised that I'll take that back. The reason why I say that is because somebody mentioned something to me going, "Oh well, why do you do what is that on the screen?"
I told him
I
to put
was
his pants
hoping.
on. You know
I
damn well
know,
what
right?
that is.
Mm. But I was like, somebody asked me, they said, "Well, why do you do stuff for the group, or why is it meaningful to you?" It's because of that. It's because of the experience that I had, and because everything that I feel that I benefited from a group, not just a particular group, just in groups in general.
Mhm.
Like there's some groups that offer more or do more. Let's unmute them and see what happens. You good? Not just a particular group, just in groups in general. Oh, nope, delay. He'll get it. He needs to stop playing with the time stones. He's like Kang, and he's like, he gets it. But yeah, that's the whole thing for like the book. So that's the reason why I do some of the stuff, because I feel like, man, there was guys that helped me out or did stuff for me, and I can't do some of the stuff that they did, but that's what I can do, as far as so and I think it helps to play a significant part in the whole like collecting experience. So when somebody says, "Oh, why do you want to make it a positive experience?" That's mainly the reason why. Obviously, you don't want to go someplace where it sucks. You want to have a good experience. You want to have good camaraderie with people, and then if nobody doesn't like being helped. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so when stuff happened like today, I thought it was great. You're just seeing everything fire on all cylinders and how well it was working. CC, what do you think?
I agree. I'm still gonna. I can hear. Yeah, I can hear everything. I can hear everything. Looks like I got a bad HDMI. How crazy is that? HDMIs go bad?
Yeah.
HDMI hasn't been around long enough to go bad. I wouldn't think.
Group at the same time first. Great to learn everything that worked out and picked up figures. Yeah. First collecting group was the TMNT group. Since I joined for many updates, creative photos to buy missing items and make friends. Yeah, dude, I have the friends that I have, like you guys. I talk to you guys more than I have my real life friends. Even here and then also just in general.
Yeah.
Like on the show, backstage, or even throughout the day. I mean, guys, I talk to you more than I talk to Ian. Yeah. So that's the part when you jump into a group. And you talked about like reading the room, right?
Yeah.
So when you jump in, there's roles in the group. Now I'll say this because I don't want somebody to think that I'm saying, this guy is this person, this person is this person. I think it's obvious that we all can agree that there's roles. Like you jump into a group, and then there's the face, there's the heel, right? There's the complainer, there's the cheerleader. See how I did it equally?
Yeah.
Complainer, cheerleader, buyer, seller, artist, critic, informer, and entertainer, right?
Yeah.
Did I forget anyone? Did I forget
My
like a
name
classification?
specifically?
Again, nobody
I'm just kidding. I'm
specific in
kidding.
this. I'm just yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, this is a touchy thing because I know somebody's
I
going
know.
to say, "Oh, he called me a cheerleader. He called me a critic." No, I'm just saying that these are the classifications that are in the group because you can look at somebody and go, "That person is that," right? Everyone plays some kind of role. Some of them are like what an amalgamation of all of them, maybe, or some parts of it. Yeah.
Did you
So
say Jowl?
no, we didn't. So, like I said, yeah, somebody will probably watch this and think that's not it. We're just using it as a role to kind of like describe things, and you'll see why. So, which, how do you self-identify, CC? Since we missed you so much, what would you say that your role is?
Ooh, this is deep.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I probably spend a little time in all of those areas at some point, except for maybe I never consider myself to be a negative person, right? I'm if somebody catches me doing it, by all means, feel free to, call me out on it. But I really don't think that I do that because that's
Right.
not what I get online for. So like usually if I'm not happy with something or I'm disappointed in a figure, you're just not going to see me post a picture of that figure. Like I'm trying to think. Well, you guys know, look, there was a certain SHF figure that was released that I can't stand, right?
Mhm.
Like I've never been so disappointed. I couldn't even tell you where that figure is at.
Mhm.
I spent almost $100 on the thing. I didn't go into a group of SHF folks and bash it or, run out and tell everybody don't buy it. There might be people out there that like it. I hate the figure. It's probably the one figure that I bought that if I could travel back, there's no way I'd touch it. You guys showed it to me the other day on clearance, and I still wouldn't buy it at that price. Right?
Yeah.
So that's just the way that I am. If I'm negative about it, I don't touch the figure. I don't try to prolong my misery any further. But like I always like to entertain, right? Because to me, the group's always about having fun.
Mhm.
So I love dropping a GIF or a funny comment, something like that. Some people would probably call me a defender or whatever some of the phrases that you use. Because if I'm in a group intended for a certain company, whether it be Mythic Legions or the Black Series, the Classifieds, any of these lines that I really enjoy, I'm not there for you to come in and try to make me feel bad about buying them.
Mhm.
I'm not, So once again, like I feel like I always compare it to I would dare someone to go in a Taylor Swift group and say something negative about Taylor Swift. Right? You're posting your address and phone number publicly, and you're gonna have millions of people sending you hate mail. Right? That's just not where you go for that. So if you're there, just tear it down, take that somewhere else. But that's kind of where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it.
So you would say that you're like an entertainer.
Defender. Yeah. I'm against negative. As soon as you say something negative, we're probably not going to see eye to eye. Even I guess it depends on how you present it.
Right.
Like if you can construct it to be like, hey, you know what? I like this figure, but it would be better if, and give me some reasons. Oh, okay, I can respect that. But those folks that start off with, man, this is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, hopefully Cory's just got it in him to scroll by that day because it's not gonna be good because I just can't respect that.
It's funny. I know our chats, so it's so hard.
So, MC, how would you identify yourself in the group?
He, him.
Well, no, your qualities. What would you say quality-wise? What would you say quality-wise?
I was joking. Is peeping Tom an option? I mean, I know there's times where I get in and I'm very
like lurker. You're a lurker.
There's times like Cory, like if somebody's being a douche about something and ripping something down, I'll jump in and why are you so angry or blah blah blah. I know I can have a sharp tongue once in a while, but I try not to use it. Like, Cory, like somebody catches me on a bad day or they're just continuously like being a dick in a group, I'll say something. But mostly silent observer, credit when people are doing great stuff. I try to. I obviously, I'm saying I'm any busier than anybody else, but the last few months have been overwhelmed with work. I feel more inundated with that. But I like just silent lurker and then cheerleader maybe on the sidelines. Like I kind of got cut. I'm just a JV cheerleader. So
Yeah. Like
not as
Yay!
pretty one at the base of the pyramid one.
Okay, so you've identified yourself.
Oh,
How would you say your peers would identify you? People in the group. What would you say that they would?
I would like to think that I have a decent reputation. I'm not the most visible person, I'm sure, in groups, but most of the exchanges that I always have, I think, are always positive. Like I very rarely do. I think I end up. I don't have a lot of bad exchanges with people. Even usually when we disagree, like if we can have the discussion, it still comes across as something it's never going to be disrespectful. Even if I disagree with you, it's not going to turn into a disrespect thing. I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to talk about your mother. I'm not going to talk about anything else that you got going on. It's just going to be, I'm going to agree to disagree with you. That's kind of all it is. So I would like to think that people would kind of agree and sum me up in the same way, that, a conversation with me is usually going to be a little entertaining, I think. Hopefully you chuckle at least a little bit at some point during the exchange. If not, I'd be pretty disappointed. But I'm the same way online and I am in person. Maybe that's kind of the key. I'm not
I think that's
warrior.
huge.
I mean, I am who I am, all the time. And I'm not just hiding behind a keyboard and decide to be tough with somebody. I am who I am. I'm looking forward to meeting MC here when he comes to Michigan. And I would hope that he doesn't go back to Florida and be like, man, Cory's a dick. I would never do that again. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta start this. I'm starting that for later. All right. So, MC, how would you say that your peers would identify you?
I mean, I've had the luck of meeting a couple of you in person. You obviously, Paige, because we're close, Boba, stuff like that. I would think that people would think that I'm the same in real life as I am there. Maybe a little more talkative. I mean, I know I'm talkative on here, of course, but it's different than on the forums and in person. I'll be more social. But I think people would think that I'm pretty genuine and, is real. I know you and CC. I know CC is too. I mean, like we talk for years. I don't have to meet him in face to face, but to know that CC's a real dude, but solid guy, and Boba too. Like I'll bring Boba in because I mean you've had the opportunity to meet Boba too recently, and
great guy.
He is who he is on the boards and everything. Very positive, very encouraging. But I think I hope people feel that way about me. I really do.
So now we have like an idea of what people like think about themselves or what people think of themselves. I want to talk about this one first. I saw this, like, I don't think I have presence in the group to which others could identify me.
Disagree.
I disagree. I think it depends on who the person is and what they do in the group. Like what kind of, it's a buzzword, and I hate using buzzwords, but I think it's probably the best descriptor of value. Because like how we talked about before, there's people in groups, you go, oh, this person's this classification. I think that there's always people that you look at, like we've been talking about today. Hopefully this is all coming together, but you see how we've been doing the show and this person gave this person provided this. I think, I can name those people, Yeah, I know because they provided value. I know it's all different for different people because, you get what you want out of the group. Maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you just want entertainment. Maybe you just want to, do whatever, just learn some stuff and log out. But I don't think that that's true. I know people who lurk around, like MC. I still looked, but you know what I mean? I know people that lurk around and they don't say much. And I've messaged them before privately, and I'll tell them, I'm like, man, I appreciate what you did. because there are people that do bring good value. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think I know your name, I know who you are, and you spoke privately, and there's people that you don't speak to, and then there's people that you do. And I've spoke to him a number of times because of who he is and what he brings to the group. So no, I think people notice. I'll tell you
Tomorrow's a
really
very
quick.
talented individual.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something really quick. Admin in a group, you don't really know what's going on. You have an idea, and you have a concept of what you want to happen, but you don't know if it's going right. And you get all this backlash and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like that with anybody doing art or photos or anything like that. And there's been people that have reached out to me on both sides. Oh, I don't like this group, or I hate what you're doing. And then there's also been people that'll say, I've been in this group for a while and I appreciate what you're doing. And that's what that is. I think a lot of times we don't say stuff to people. But I'm telling you, I think if you're doing stuff of value, there's people that notice that. I would say it has more meaning, to be honest with you. So yeah, I mean, I saw that and I was like, no, I don't agree with it in a good way. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think you are known, and it may not be like somebody said, oh, this person may not know me, but I think it's who it is that knows you. It's more important. Can we go deeper?
Let's do it.
So we know who we identify and what people think of it. What would you say then makes a good community member? Because I always think that like groups, I understand what they're for, and you just want to have a good time and stuff like that. But what is a quality, or what do you think makes a good group member?
MC, you want to go first? You want to take that one?
I'll take a swing, I guess, if you want me to.
Save some for me.
Yeah, I will. I don't want to use the word engaged because there's people like me that are lurkers, but people are still engaged though. Stephen Morrow. I'm gonna use you for an example, buddy, but he'll throw up an awesome picture. He may not get involved in every discussion or like that, but he's engaged. He's taking stuff. He gives information. I mean, like, not always, like he gives me information about other lines as well, which I appreciate. Like, and I'm not saying you have to be a shill or be positive all the time, but we'll just say we're obviously all three in the Mezco group and you're the administrator there, but have a love for the line. Don't be in the group just to be Johnny Raincloud all the time or pissed off or hate it. Then why are you here? Like, it seems like you hate everything about Mezco. Why are you here? So,
well then, but what would be, like, putting that aside, what would be something you don't even, like, strip the name off of all of this? Like, we can talk about it where it's not like, I wanted to have that conversation where it's not Marvel Legends, it's not Mezco, it's not any of the other. It's if you went into a group, what would be a quality that you would think from a person in a group that makes them a good member?
balance.
Would it be something about? Yeah, would it be conversation? Would it be engagement? What is a quality that you think makes a good member?
Engaged.
They're like bringing topics up, or
I mean, it can come across as any level of engagement. I mean, I should mostly positive engagement. I'm not saying everybody, there's some figures out there like Cory that I don't agree with, but I'm also one that's not going to go out and blast it. But if somebody, I'd say not for me, I mean, I think that's a fair answer. Like, but I'm still contributing. I mean, I usually don't even say that. That's not for me, but, just somebody who's, or giving a little compliment, like if somebody's new to the line and they try to take a first picture or something like that. And, they're like, hey, great job, and here's a little, if you want some constructive criticism, I'll give it to you. Or if you want a little advice or, people like that, they come in different ways to reinforce and help people be better, just like to build the community up instead of push it down, build up the individual members. So do you get that? Is it too deep or is it too Not clear enough.
No. That's what I like because it branches off in different stuff. Because you said constructive criticism, and you know how like a lot of times it's a lot of avatars. It's like faceless people. So, and I know a lot of people do look for criticism. Do you think it's hard to like have that conversation with people? It's a little bit easier when you open yourself up at first and say, "Hey, man, I want to know. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this picture." But if there was a picture that that you thought maybe had some things maybe that could be done better,
I
do
think
you
there's a
think
way
that?
to approach that and ask them like, what do you like it? Like ask them what they like about the picture, or what would they like to change? Ask them what kind of equipment they're using. Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying you have to
Mhm.
have a bunch of ring lights and a bunch of the what are they loom cubes and all that stuff, and a
Mhm.
Nikon D7500 or anything like that to make an amazing picture. I mean, I've seen people shoot with an iPhone. Like just your Macro Monday photo was with your iPhone, which was amazing, and just
Okay.
start with that, and then you can help them. Like, well, like maybe learn Have you heard of the light wheel? The color wheel for lights,
Mhm.
blue, yellow. The opposite corners, how they kind of shine a little bit better, bring out more quality of the photo, but constructively. Like
Yeah.
maybe study up on that, or here's a link. Try to see
CC,
what they
what?
think.
Yeah.
So
CC, what would you say? What would you say like makes a good member?
This is going to really surprise you, but I'm going to make it simple. Ready for this? We're going to sum it up in one word.
Oh, see how I
Bam.
came back? See how I came
One
back to
word.
original? Yes.
Respectful.
ooh,
Oh
Right?
yeah.
And in all
Yeah.
honesty, that's all I ask of anybody that's in the group. Because like we talked earlier, there's different roles and everyone is different. I'm not gonna, act like everyone has to fit this cookie cutter mold.
Mhm.
There's room for people who don't contribute, that are just there to watch and they admire.
Yeah.
Those people, maybe you don't get as far as doing nothing but hitting the like. And I'm okay with that, right?
Mhm.
If maybe there's a figure that you don't like, I'm okay with that as long as you're doing it respectfully,
Mhm.
right? And when I say respectfully, your dislike for a figure or product or whatever it is should never infringe upon my right to like it.
Mhm.
And I think it's just that simple. You can dislike something without calling it trash and making it seem like I have no right to like that figure just because you don't.
Mhm.
You can respectfully put your opinion out there, right? And then be open to the discussion.
Mhm.
And we can discuss that. Hey, I would love for somebody to say, hey, you know what? I'm really not feeling this figure. Why don't you tell me why you do? Let's
Mhm.
have that discussion. And maybe there's something about the figure that you didn't look at it that way or you didn't think about. And
Mhm.
we had somebody recently talk about how they kind of had bought into the noise and disliked Superman
Yeah.
and then grew to love him. You know what I mean? I thought that was a fantastic post. But that's all that I ask out of anybody is just be respectful. I'm not going to tell you have to feel a certain way, but I do feel like you have to respect everybody else in expressing yourself. And that's all I ask.
Do you think it's lost because of the fact that what we said, there's just avatars and people can just say
Yes.
whatever they want?
Yes.
I hate to be like old school. I remember you couldn't do that, man. If I said something about you, I saw you at recess,
Yeah.
and you had to say the same thing that you said to me, or say it about me to somebody else to my face. And we all know, like, sometimes you didn't make it past their period. It's like you had a guy coming up to you and saying something.
Yeah.
Make it past
And
their period, right?
yeah, I remember because we had breaks. You have your little break. You have first, and then you have lunch, and then whatever. But man, gosh,
Oh man, I'm not feeling so well. I better make it to the nurse's office real quick.
yeah.
I'm not going to lunch. Yeah.
But it goes into what you said, like the respect thing. And I don't know. I'm wondering if that can be earned, like at all, really, in groups. I know that there's social currency, but I mean, as far as like respect, and that's why I was pointing out what makes a good community member, because I think you can gain a certain level of respect with that. But sometimes, like Steve said, he he some people feel like they're not in a group or participate enough to be able to earn that kind of notoriety or respect, if you know what I mean. So you're always kind of on the out, or maybe you feel like you are because there are people that do notice it.
Yeah.
But I think there is like lack of respect. I see like a lot of people sometimes they say stuff to other people like because it is online and you lose people. And it goes into all the stuff that we were talking about before. Like, what is a group for? You're trying to build a community, you're trying to learn things, hookups and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people, they'll say stuff to certain people and you don't know who you're talking to, and this is the person that can actually help you down the road later. And you just ruined it because you wanted to be openly disrespectful or say something to somebody. You know? So
Yeah.
you made a great point, man. Like respect. I think it's lost a lot. You know? So, yeah. Do you feel like groups overall are a waste of time? Or are they beneficial or are they just something else?
Want me to take this one first?
Please.
He's like, yeah, I need time to think.
Yeah. So we kind of talk about this all the time. And as we evolve as collectors, I think what we look for in groups changes, right? And I find myself oftentimes where groups will outgrow me. And what I mean by that is there are some of these groups that are not heavily administrated, right? And they get big and it just becomes overwhelming because it's just unleashed. You get, there'll be a drop, you'll get 1,000 posts that day because the group's got 7,000 members and everyone's talking about the same thing, right? So there's just all this noise. I find myself not spending as much time in those groups because it's just the same thing over and over and over again. It's almost like spam, right? Same thing. I got shipping today. I got shipping today. I got shipping today. I got an email. Oh, really? I bet you're the only person that got that email today, right? So I dropped a lot of toy groups for that reason. But I'm not going to say that they're useless because you can really develop some great relationships out there with some people that you have not had opportunities to meet. Right? I don't want to beat a dead horse or anything, but no way would our paths had crossed without the toy groups. But I wouldn't trade our relationship for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been fantastic, and that's how we managed to kind of find each other and that relationship to kind of grow. Our exchange, the way it started, Paige, me and you, it's so funny. It's so typical. The way that it started out is really kind of like what we're talking about today, right? It started out as a disagreement, but I was respectful.
Yes, very.
In my approach. And so it didn't come off as me just being a dick.
Yeah.
Right? Like I presented another side of the coin and you respected that. And then here we are today. I'm sure we would have never thought a couple years ago when that started that this would have lead to.
Who's this guy?
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
not at all.
Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought? So it's there, some great things can happen with social media when it's used appropriately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some terrible things can happen as well because not enough people use it as intended.
Yeah, I did it. And just really quick, I want to get to MC, but I think, like you said, it is misused, but I don't. I've said it a bunch of times. I don't think groups really know how much power they have. I think we've seen it. It's been previewed, but it's like that. It's like that. I don't know. It's like Boromir or something like that. Somebody getting a ring. It's you have it, but you don't know how to use it, and it doesn't work out or have the same effect because you don't know how to use it. You know what I mean? There's plenty of things that we've talked about on the show before about how we've been like given this power at certain points, and it just blows up in people's faces. With like communication with companies and or HasLab stuff. Just different things where there could have been really pivotal points where communities could have all got on the same page, like they kind of did, and have an effective message, not just a message. Not this sucks, but everybody kind of all together saying, the pricing on this, we don't feel it's justified. And these are the reasons why we don't think it's justified. You know, that kind of stuff instead of kind of like the way it's handled.
Yeah.
What do you think, MC? What
I wasn't ready. I think
You need time?
no. Well, yeah, maybe. Pass. I'm trying to get around. You know, I mean, like, I'll beat around the bush, but I won't. You know, there's like groups that we've been in that we've left due to changes and, like how Cory said, lack of administration, I guess is the best way to put it, where they've kind of become toxic, hate-filled wastelands that it wasn't like that at all when you first joined. And you have people that, I don't know, either become emboldened by other posts that some make, or they're also administrators that just aren't real nice people and aren't there for the you know, I mean, it's like not the group that you signed up for. It like evolved to that point where, you know, I'm not gonna say where or anything like that. Of course, I wouldn't do that. It's not the right place for it. But I think if it's still administered to your own values, I guess I don't know if that's the right word or not. You know, I don't want to pretend like I'm on this high horse or something like that. But
yeah,
you know, if you're in a, I don't know, G.I. Joe group, and then it becomes overly political or overly sexualized or whatever, you know, clearly the focus is shifted from the G.I. Joe line to I hate, you know, James Gunn movies or whatever, you know, like for, you know, just random example, then, you know, for me, it's, there's no reason for me to be there because I don't have that in that's not why I joined the group, and it's not what I have in common with the group, you know. I'm not saying one thing one way or the other about James Gunn, but I'm just saying, like, the way it's so hard to dance around the subject that we've had deep conversations about without naming.
Well, you know one thing. Yeah, well, you know, to tack onto that, you know, one thing that I've kind of accepted and understood now is that even if I don't agree with the way a group is ran, or if I don't understand it, I always look at it as that's a place for a particular type of individual. You know, maybe, and I do think age has to do with it, obviously. But there's mature young people. But I think sometimes people they just want to blow off steam, bro. They just want to make gifts. They want to do stuff. They want to say stuff. It's a venting thing. So I get it, and I think it's just like people, like we've been just talking about. I think you kind of just cater yourself around to who you want to be with, just like in life. You just, and it's groups too. There's groups that I understand the premise of it. There's certain things I just don't agree with. But I just leave the group, and it's not a big deal.
Right.
It's not a minus against them. It's not a minus against me. It's just I just don't jive with it. You know, I'd rather invest my my time, because it's valuable, into something that I would invest more into. You know, I would rather spend an extra 15 minutes in said other group. Somebody mentioned, like, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like, somebody mentioned something about the Mezco group. They said this is the best. They like that group. It's the best group for them, and it is. It's true. It's probably the best group for them. But I like the other groups because it gives people an avenue. Maybe the group that we have is just too strict. It's rules, but there's reasons for the rules. But maybe you want it to be a little bit more loose. The other Mezco group is going to, or the Gomez group, or some of these other offshoot groups. They're all allow you to do that kind of stuff. So even though I may not understand it, that's kind of how I see it. Is there's groups for different people. You just have to cater what your preferences are and what you want to do with it. CC, what do you think?
I think we kind of covered it, really. You know, I don't want to beat it up too bad or anything, but yeah, I think we kind of.
No, that's good. Yeah,
we talk about it, you know, a lot. as far as what we appreciate and everything. And I tell you, man, I can't appreciate you enough, and the amount of I see firsthand the amount of work that you put in trying to keep the experience enjoyable. And I don't want you to think for a minute that I overlook that. Like you commit an incredible amount of time just so I can enjoy my hobby, so and you don't get paid much. So it's
not really much.
incredible.
I think
It's incredible.
I think the dividend check came in. Yeah, it came in the other day.
Twice as much next year, personally. Out of my pocket, I'm going to double your salary next year.
Man, you know what? You do bring up a good point, man. And you know how we're talking about all these things, right? I honestly thought about doing this, but I honestly think every person should be an admin or moderator, at least for a week.
Yeah, just to see it.
I know I show you guys, some stuff and kind of, and that's what I think is cool too. I'm like, oh, let me see if I'm off, and I'll show these guys something and see what their kind of take is on like certain things.
Yeah.
But I know I've shown you guys some of the things and stuff like that. But I think every person should admin or moderate a group. I think it would kind of change your perspective on like how you treat people or how you conduct yourself. Some people,
Yeah. There you go. There's a new contest. Admin for a day.
No, I wouldn't want it to be for like a week. Honestly, like a week, just kind of show people, hey, this is what you kind of got to deal with, and these are the things that you see and stuff like that. I just think it would create more of a better understanding. Like you would see some of the stuff that you got to deal with, because it's just like anything. It's just like, you just see certain stuff. But that's pretty much
just it. Imagine being the manager of a business and then not getting paid for it.
Yeah, but dude, I enjoy it. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. I like the people. I've met some great people. I think it is valuable to be able to have those relationships, and then also a group where you can talk about this kind of stuff. And I mean, we talked about this before the show. I honestly think, man, the groups, they've gotten better as a whole. I think I saw the other day in a group, and I don't like this because I don't agree with it, but I saw a guy, he aftermarket a figure that was coming out that's not out yet, and they killed this guy. And it was a consensus. It wasn't, hey, leave him alone. Everybody's like, are you serious? This is coming out in 2 weeks and you're doing this now? And he's like, oh, well, I did gas. And regardless of where you stand on it, he was trying to justify it, and they were all doing that. And I'm like, and I looked at it more as like, okay, well, this is a group that's kind of taking a stand on something collectively,
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I love it.
He wasn't winning the battle either.
Yeah, but
digging himself deeper, and more were coming at him.
Yeah, you know what? I would stream it. I would stream it. What I do like during the day, and I'm not saying like I'm better than anybody or anything like that. But it's work, man. It's work for anybody that does it. Moderators, admins, or anything like that. And so, I would do it for a day. Have somebody. You guys have done it for today, and I go, hey, check this out, man. What do you think? I mean,
those are when the funny gifts are flying for those that aren't in the know.
Yeah, and it's like it's like it. But I'll tell you this, man, and I like it. I've learned so much just being an admin. I'm a pretty patient guy, and I feel like I communicate well, kind of, with certain things. A little long-winded, but still, I think sometimes you have to do that so people have a better understanding. But I've learned a lot being an admin in that group. Patience, a lot of patience. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You just have to, like when you said
I've watched
dealing with
people.
cans. Yeah, you really have to. And there's sometimes when you just like let some stuff kind of like, you're like, nah, I can't let this fly in this group.
Mm-hmm.
There's sometimes, but there's a lot of good stuff that comes out, and I enjoy the community, man. I wish there was more people that really did, and they probably do in their own certain way. I wonder if burnout's an issue. Guys that have been doing it for like 10 years. I mean, I've only been doing it for 4, I think, 3 or 4. So I guess you have to talk to me at 6 years.
Time stamp.
You're like, Paige, what do you think?
There's
Uh,
some Disney groups out there
stand
that have like 300,000 members. That's like a private group. I was in a group for a little bit, and it gets off the rails in there. You know, just because obviously we go to Disney, but it was just something to know where you learn about things that are going on and people are talking and what's going on in the park that particular day or whatever. But geez, that's a you guys want to talk about a horrible, rotten place for the happiest place on earth? Go join that Facebook group. It gets
Yeah.
nasty in there.
Well, it's probably like you said, like Cece said, it's the fact that it's just gotten so big, it's not manageable anymore. And you know, like, but you know, nothing is ever perfect. But man, I can honestly tell you the last like couple of weeks, but then the last couple of days, man, you just look at it and you go, man, this is really cool. People are like, they're connecting with each other. They're trying to share information. They're, you know, being respectful to each other. I'm not sitting there, you know, everybody grab marshmallows and sing songs and do all that shit. But it's like, it just makes your day a little bit better when you can come on. I enjoy talking to you guys. You know, it's cool. Whether it's on the group or the other thing. That's all, you know, that's why I would think that most people want. They just want an enjoyable experience. So that was the whole dissection of this group thing, you know? Maybe people don't know that they do it. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's like, you know, I'll get on and I'll troll for a little bit and it don't matter. But I think there are some people that they really do take that stuff to kind of heart. You know? All right. Is this horse beat? It's beat. That's it. MVCs? We got MVCs tonight?
Oh man, there's a couple.
I have one.
Okay, what was your?
You know mine. I'm going to get mine in there before I lose my video again.
Okay.
I'm going with love of the game. Wallace getting killed in the fourth quarter like the Lakers.
He gets a -1 for that. Todd knows I like him, man. Todd's a good guy, man. Love of the game. MVC.
Man.
All right. MC, who do you got?
Can I only pick one?
Yeah, that's all you're supposed to pick. Just one. If you want, go ahead. We can do two. Cece,
Yeah,
go ahead, pick somebody
only
else. Who
have
else
one.
you got?
We can pick two each. Good.
Yeah, go ahead. Two each. Go.
And it's a PS5. It should be a few entries.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead. Who you got?
Me?
Yeah, number
I'm
two.
going my second one. I'm going to steal it before MC does. Steve Morrow.
Bastard.
Steve Morrow. Got him. It's okay. He can do two. Fine. If you
Yeah.
want him to have two. So you got Steve Morrow?
So I beat you to it.
Okay. You know, like I'm gonna pick Mario and Boba for the up to the minute breaking news.
Mario and Boba.
Does that mean that what is his name? Dennis Evans? Brandon Evans?
Oh, it's him. No,
Brandon Evans.
he's not
Yeah.
here.
See, I remember Brandon Evans.
He's not here.
Value.
Does he get an honorable mention for sharing live?
He can get a PlayStation 5 controller when you give that away. In the drawing for that.
Man, there's so many good ones.
I know.
You know, I'm going to pick. Obviously, I gotta throw Boba in there because we wouldn't have had that. We wouldn't have had that information. I don't know Brandon because he's in the Mezco group, you know. So I don't know if he watches, but I'll just message him and tell him. I'll do a Brandon Boba combo, and then I'm gonna throw.
Good people in here. It's hard.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot.
So nice.
And then also, I need to take some names, and we might do a guest spot on one of the shows where we take somebody and have them come in, and it'll be a four-banger. It'll be a fantastic four, right?
Damn, it's an orgy.
Mm-hmm. I'm throwing Steve in there. All right, here
Solid.
we go.
They're all solid.
Future Paige, please write this down.
Still are.
Don't worry. As anal as I am, trust me, I've been working on some of this stuff, and not only personally, but I told myself I would try to make more of these little things where people who support the channel are able to like get in on this stuff. So if you don't see your name tonight, don't worry. And don't think that you're not appreciated because, man, dude, the comments were awesome tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming in. And thank you for listening to us go deep. Yeah. Good talk, man. 2:30. Wow.
Dang.
Well,
You
I think
said-
it was all the.
Someone said this was going to be a short show.
Yeah.
I told Ann that. I'm like, I got it all written down.
You told her it was going to be a short show.
But
So
it's
it's all
good
your fault then.
Yeah, it's good conversation, man. I mean, I think it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's always good conversation.
yeah. Oh, I did tell myself I would plug this really quick. If you are interested, hold please. A little bit of sidebar conversation. I need to make a confession. I'm actually very
Usher?
I don't know. I'm very I'm disappointed after watching Ant-Man. I really wanted to see where that storyline goes. I really wanted to see where it goes.
Have faith. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, you might still get it.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Maybe I don't know if maybe they can. Somebody was talking about how they could swap that character out. You know what I mean? With the high evolutionaries, I saw something about it.
Did you see Guardians yet, you guys? 3?
I have
feel
not.
like they
I
could
heard
just
it's
plug
good.
Tom Cruise right in and not even have to go back and Photoshop anything.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much running. It's too much running.
They can get a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can bring back what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. He can be like a Tropic Thunder. He can get away with it.
Yes.
He
He's a
killed
very.
that role. I don't care what anybody says. He killed that role.
Oh my god! Yeah, exactly. I mean, I it's funny. He did it.
Yeah.
You ever see
So really quick.
Joe Rogan about that afterwards?
Yeah, I did. I saw
Yeah,
Jamie
it's
Foxx talking about it.
Yeah.
I felt the same way. I was like, man, I won't say that. I thought he killed that role. Killed it. So really quick, G-Plug, I had a couple people message me about this, and I know that you guys have seen some of this stuff already, but if you are interested in any of this information, this nerd deep diving stuff, all of that stuff you can find here on the Toy Page. Usually I'll put all of that stuff in there. I've added a couple of new things. There's the product care guidelines. Somebody told me, they're like, man, I wish I knew what batteries, or I wish I knew about some part. So this is a new one that I started. It has a bunch of stuff in there. It's all information. Like I said, you can have that. And if you are familiar with what I do,
That guy has an Instagram too, doesn't he? That Toy Page guy.
I think it's pretty remarkable that all the names are the same, but continuity. So
Not a variant.
yeah. So, but yeah, always lots of stuff in here. If you ever wonder about like giveaways, when they are, and what they do, they're all explained here. And then all of the nerd shit that I've been telling you guys about, Hangout episodes, previous ones, shipping notifications, all of that stuff is in there. Especially this stuff, which is you guys will probably be interested in the most. This is the pre-orders. This is not updated because I was working on the show today, but this will be updated probably by tomorrow morning. So if you're ever wondering, hey, what's pending? All of it's here. And I know that there's
coming out this year too. That's another one.
What's that? What
The
happened?
Dick Tracy 2-pack is supposed to be out at the end of this year too. That's another $200 set to pile on with the Ninja Turtles, the Justice League, the Power Rangers.
I didn't say anything because I didn't want to jinx it. But just like MC said, all that information is here. Like I said, I usually update it, but this will tell you all the pre-orders that are pending. Again, disregard some of this stuff because I got to fix it tonight. Show. And then also, this is probably the one that most proud of is the releases. You ever wondered what Mezco 112 figure has ever come out? It's all here. And I've been doing this for years. And any kind of information that you're wondering, oh, the deluxe Punisher.
Hey, I think that's one that Boba's looking for right now.
Yeah, look at that. It was
Anybody can
130.
hook my friend Boba up.
All of that stuff. Takes a little while to load, it's a lot of information, but pictures and everything. But if you ever wondered about a previous release, all of that stuff is here. And a little bit later, it gets especially nerdy. But if you know me, all of the information is all in there. Let's just pick one really quick just to show you. What's a good one? Oh, it's up late. So you'll get all that stuff because a lot of people don't know this is Mezco wipes their site clean. So after a year or two, they'll get rid of the listing and you can't find it. Instead of going through the internet, you can search on here, you can find it. They don't do this stuff anymore. But if you ever wonder about something, this will tell you when it went up, how much it cost, how much is the NRD, how many, what the production run was, and then just like the High Evolutionary, later on, you'll get bonus nerd information. It'll tell you where it shipped out, when it shipped, what day, just different stuff. But anyway, the folders here, like I said, a lot of information about everything, and I've even expanded it to other parts of the line for Mezco. So if you're ever looking for stuff, all right there. It's my life's work. Just kidding. But yeah, it's a collection of stuff. I do ask that if you do use any of this information in part or in whole, just please make sure you credit the source. That's all. I mean, it's a lot of work, and like I said, you'd be helping out the channel, but then also the site as well, where people could go and they can find the information. I was cracking up. I love this law. Yeah, I do too. It's a lot of work. But yeah, I appreciate it. That's it.
Will those hands be appearing in the green room that are our background tonight?
The hands?
Yeah.
Here, look at this. Hold on a second, real quick. Boom, boom. Just helping hands.
Myself to those hands.
Mm-hmm. I want to see the Blu-ray release. Yeah, Tracy comes out. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of stuff coming out. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all I had. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody that watched. Promise I'll make this show a little bit less deep. It's fun to have these conversations. Otherwise, it's just the same old show every time, right?
Right.
TC's like, I gotta go to bed. Who's working tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow.
Good for you, man. You deserve it.
6 a.m. text.
Yeah.
2 days. 2 days.
2 more days?
2 days.
Oh, I do want to show this really quick. Please bear with me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is something that caught my eye today. And it should be celebrated. Hold, please. I need a faster computer. This one sucks ass. What is wrong, sir? There we go. What's my OnlyFans login? What is it?
It's going to Bella's toy chest. Look out.
Oh, the password. What is it? 1, 2, 3.
I think I told you before. She's over here. You know that, right? Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did.
Bella works over here in Clearwater.
Yeah. I don't even know her. I know of her, but I don't know her. Personally. All right, there we go.
Oh, jeez.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Dude, this looks good. Please take a second because you created all this, correct?
Well, not the that's a Nosferatu coffin in the foreground, but yeah, some of the tree stuff was 3D printed, but everything else is 3D printed. Like the fence behind, like the stone wall with the gate, and the tombstones in the foreground were all 3D. I did all that. I painted and decorated, detailed, and flocked. Flocked. I was flocking around. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No, thank you, man.
I finally got my creative bug back in time. Thanks, Proham. Thanks, Husky.
Where was that? Was that a zoomed out version? Was that?
Is that on here? I think it's on there. I can't remember if I put it there. That's the reel. Where I put like Haunted Mansion music on it. Ooh. You do follow Bella's Toy Chest.
I do not, sir.
I'm just kidding. I think it's the first one. Yeah, the first, or the one. Nope, the other one to the right. Sorry.
Oh, come on.
I know. First time.
Everyone, if you have a second, please go and like this photo. I think it's cool because I know the backstory to it. So you showed me all the stuff that you printed. Yeah. And then I know your schedule. I know stuff, but I know how much you wanted to do this, and you've been working on this, man. So I saw this, and I know you said you were working on it. You were really secretive about it, but it's cool when your friends put up stuff. I saw this, and legit, I was like, oh man, dude. I was like, this is good. Not like saying you didn't, you know what I mean? But I was like,
right. No, I appreciate like, that. That's very kind coming. Like I got some good feedback from like Boba and Stephen Morrow, guys that are phenomenal photographers. But yeah, the zoomed out photo is the next one. Like if you hit that little arrow, it's there's a lot more. It was a bigger graveyard set, but it just didn't seem. You want to. I'm not telling anybody how to shoot. I just felt I needed to.
It's a good shot, man. I like the little details and stuff like that, and so it's cool. And then when you were showing me you printed the stuff, it was really good. So
maybe I should do a big giveaway for that stuff.
I'll take it. Just kidding. I will, but you know what I mean.
I think I don't want to tie up anybody's more time. But if you go to second shot, I think I did like 10 gravestones or something like that.
Oh, that's how many you printed up?
I think there were, yeah, like there's like, now I gotta look where I posted this the zoomed out shot. Sorry.
Oh, hey Joey, how you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. I know you've been busy too. Well, I know CC. I'm sorry, what?
On that middle shot, if you scroll to the second picture, it's there, the zoomed out.
Scroll up.
No, like if you click on that, the one that your pointer's at right now.
Mm-hmm. Click on it.
And then scroll, hit that little arrow to the right by the, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Yeah, man. That is so cool that you printed all that stuff.
Thank you. This.
Nice, man. Well, yeah, I wanted to show that, man. I wanted
to. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you to all those that inspire me and make me work hard to make a sort of decent shot. I mean, it's like hard when so many talented people that take such great photos.
Yeah, but it's you, man. It's your own journey. I've been learning that. Like, you just take pictures, man. You try to develop your own skill set and do your stuff, man. Not a competition.
Yeah. Thank you to all the advice that I've received from people on how to shoot photos as well. To take better pictures.
You guys got anything? Can we sign off? Good. I appreciate you guys enduring the Groupie Love Challenge. Cece's like, I want to go to bed now. I'm enjoying my day. All right. Thank you, everybody that showed up tonight. Popped in, popped out. And I really appreciate all the comments and some great talking points, some great comments, and I really appreciate my two friends for being here and sharing.
Thanks for having us, man. As always, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Remember, save some money.